right, so we are officially live, everybody.
Hello.
We are now live. We are good to go.
But I wasn't ready.
I'm sorry about that. Well, I'll bring us in then. Okay. Hello, everybody. You are on the Mercer Roadshow Podcast here at the Mid-America Trucking Show. I am Roderick. I am one quarter of the podcasting team. I am one half of the marketing team. I have with me Brian Hilton and Anthony Starks and Amanda Brown.
Good morning.
Everybody, say hi.
Hello.
Hello, Mercertown.
Hey, everybody.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get this started.
Oh, we are fancy.
Oh, that's fancy.
All right. You feel like I'm about to do the news?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Today's weather report.
All right, so we are definitely officially in the building now.
Oh,
Nice.
I really like the new intro music, man. Let's do that forever.
I'm trying. So before we even get started, because I always know that once we get going, this is something that is an afterthought. We are going to go ahead and get started with the...
Be cautious, be careful, be cautious, be careful.
That's right. We always start with a safety message.
All right,
Wow,
safety message.
Impressive.
Roderick's on point this morning, man. I'm having fun.
I love it.
Unfortunately, I did not prepare a safety message.
Well, you know what? The safety message today. Buckle up, man. We're just going to keep it simple. We're going to go back to our. We're going to go back to our roots. That's one of our first safety messages out there. So just going to remind everybody again to just be safe, buckle up, take your time out there, and just be safe.
And that's good. Good timely topic because I sat in on the safety meeting that we had Wednesday before the Jamboree and heard Todd say that we've actually done lots better on safety belt violations. That we've decreased those across the fleet.
That's great.
Nice.
And man, it's just owner-operators out there doing their part to make us look good, keep us safe.
Yep.
Yep.
Go.
So thanks, everybody.
Shout out to Todd Felty, our
Buckle
safety
up.
director.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, if somebody wanted to call today,
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some callers.
what would
We're
they do?
fancy
I
now.
need
We
to put
got
that number in
live
my-
callers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking calls while we're live right now. So if you ever have any questions or concerns, or if you want to come on here and just yap along with us, all you have to do is give us a phone call. The telephone number is going to be area code 502-228-8543.
There we go.
One more time, it's going to be 502-228-8543.
Roderick is killing it.
And you just give us a phone call,
He's not
and
messing around.
we're gonna have a good time today. So make sure you give us a phone call and yap it up with us a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
if you don't want to call and be on the air and they want to ask a question, what can they do, Rod?
You can absolutely look down, push the little arrow button right under the video, and leave us a comment. And we're gonna be kind of peeping those out throughout the whole stream. So if you leave us something, we'll make sure that we take a look at it. And we'll answer your question, and we'll engage with you.
All right. So we are absent one leader of the free world, Tyler Johnston,
Yes.
today, and we've got Amanda B. So it's still Amanda B for me.
Yeah. It'd always be Amanda B.
It's always Amanda B.
I like that.
So Amanda B is here to conquer the free world. She's taking over Mercer. She's taking over the truck show. She's taking over the trucking industry by storm.
That's right. That's right. Hold on, Amanda. Before you get going, let me bring you in, Amanda.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time
Holding these alligators down.
I love
Congratulations,
Woo!
Amanda.
How did you know that?
You're so great.
Ric Flair.
So, what's new with you, buddy?
There's a lot.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You do.
There's a lot going on. with me.
When I said she's coming to take over, I wasn't joking about that part.
That's right.
You've got a new role at Mercer now.
I do
and,
have it.
And I think it's going to benefit our owner-operators. I think
Yeah.
it's going to benefit our company, and we're excited about you. What are you doing?
So officially April the 7th, I will be joining our agent relations team with Jacob Crouch and John Fallett. So,
So for people listening, that a lot of our contractors don't know the internal structure. What does that mean? What are you going to be doing?
So I'll be traveling and visiting the agents one by one, talking to them about their book of business, how we can build their book of business, and how we can be better as a company.
So you're guaranteeing more freight.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Sounded like-
look,
That's what I took from
You heard it here
Heard it
first, folks.
here. Breaking news.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
Breaking news. Amanda's going to get you more freight.
So which I have been. I have been
More
doing
at
that.
11.
Oh, you've all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You've been talking about this for a long time.
So I've been talking about this actual position for years.
Yeah, and you
Years.
made it happen. So
Yeah.
good for you.
Yep.
Thank
perfect.
you.
You're
Thank you,
perfect
guys.
for the job,
So
too.
you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
You've been putting hours in at the show with us this year,
Yes.
and this will probably be your last.
No.
Your
this
last
will be my
truck
last
show.
Oh, no.
working
At least
truck show.
in this capacity.
In this capacity.
You might get to visit us or
No,
something.
I'll be
but,
back next
you know.
year. I'll be back next
No,
year.
you won't.
Yes,
You'll be
I will.
They
traveling.
always
Yes, I
say that.
will.
They
You'll be
always say
traveling.
that.
I will. No,
That's
I
what
have to because remember BRP, one of our biggest customers, comes into town every year. They were here this year.
Man,
Yeah,
they're
they were.
such great people.
They are
they are.
awesome.
They are.
Yeah, and they're going to give us more freight.
And
Yeah.
they're going to give us more freight.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
We
always
love you,
positive.
BRP.
we love BRP.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I will definitely be back.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
So you've been. Sorry, I was texting. Admittedly texting. Always, never not working. So you've been at the truck show for 3 days now.
Yes.
I'm sure your feet feel great. How's the show been this year?
The show's been pretty good. Thursday, I feel like was a little slow. Start off. Yesterday, we had a lot of foot traffic, and
Yesterday was
then
good, yes.
even today, the morning's kind of been a little slow, but I can see it kind of starting to pick up.
Definitely.
It
I think
is.
everybody was at the
Starting to
concert
fill
last
in.
night. Yeah.
It's looking good. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good. This is a great show. This is
You know,
probably.
you missed out
Uh oh.
because we were doing this on Thursday. God, I don't even know what today is.
Saturday.
It's Saturday, Brian. It's okay.
Saturday.
So Thursday, we were doing this, and you missed Dr. Pepper, baby.
Who's that?
It was a little baby sitting on that table over there being fed Dr. Pepper.
Like a
Yeah.
lot of Dr.
Yeah, a
Pepper.
whole lot of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, they were feeding the baby Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Oh wow.
It was amazing.
Like during the whole
Wow.
podcast. It's
Yeah.
Dr.
The
Pepper
baby
said
just
that.
jumped off the table and ran around the booth like 6 times. He was
Straight
doing
out the bottle.
burpees.
Straight
Right,
out the
energy
bottle.
for days.
Yeah.
Straight Dr. Pepper.
I don't mean, when I say baby, I don't mean like 5-year-old. I mean like
Maybe one.
take the pacifier out.
Oh.
Like not yet walking and drinking
Yes.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
That was one of my highlights.
his own, I
Dr.
guess.
Pepper,
I mean,
baby.
yeah, to each its own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, since we brought up Amanda and how how she got promoted and how well she's been doing, I did kind of want to shout out. We were talking earlier about just some of the opportunities that Mercer has allowed for so many of us through this past year. So we've promoted Amanda. We brought Alyssa. Alyssa got promoted this year. What's Alyssa's position? Where's she come from and what is she now?
So she's always, she's been in LK3. Current position is assistant freight ops manager.
Awesome.
With the goal to one day, take over the freight ops position. And
Right.
then we have Kathy Jo also as well too. So
Yeah.
little backstory, my current position at Mercer is the brokerage and freight ops operations manager. So I have Alyssa on the freight side, Kathy Jo on the brokerage side, kind of working behind me or, with me. So with the transition of me going to this new position gives them opportunity to grow within the company as well too. So we're very excited to see how they've been progressing along and how they're going to make Mercer the even best owner-operator company out there.
Right.
Go.
And Anthony, you too, right? You Chastity got promoted this year. So can you talk a little bit about where she
Absolutely.
was and where she is now?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of drivers know who Chastity is. Chastity Hebner. She was is our top recruiter, but now she's transitioned. She is actually the assistant recruiting manager. And so she's been doing this job for the last 6 months, but technically she's been doing this job.
I
for
mean,
what?
we've all been
Yeah.
working for
We all
Chastity
work
for
for
like
her.
a decade.
We all work for Amanda. I mean, it's like, you know,
That's right.
women in trucking's real here in Mercer. I'm telling you right now. Like, it is
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
rise.
Yeah.
Oh, and while we're saying that, shout out to women in
Yeah.
trucking.
Shout out women in trucking. Shout out women in
We
trucking.
Yes.
support those guys,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
they just gave me $0 to say that.
Yep.
We love that organization.
Yes, we
and,
do.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
good
and,
organization.
yeah, that's good stuff.
And
Yeah.
we live and breathe the mantra of women in trucking every day, pretty much. I mean, one more person that is not here that I do want to bring up is Liz Bosch. I mean, even
Yeah.
her,
Absolutely.
she's been promoted
Yeah.
this year
Yep.
too. So, you know, just Mercer bringing people up through the ranks, and it's been great to see kind of how the company's faces have changed over the years. It's been great.
And I'd like to bring up Brian Helton.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good guy, too,
He's,
man.
he's
out
got
here.
an employee.
Yeah.
He's got one employee
It's an important
that
employee.
actually
Yeah, might I add.
is a Mercer employee. Most of the people I work with are contractors.
And they're great.
But Brian's got an employee that's been coming up in a big way, and he's awesome too. His name's Roderick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to
he is
Roderick.
Yes.
very
Yeah.
quickly
Shout out to
emerging
Roderick.
as cheerleader and leader in our organization.
Yeah.
I watch him in action now. It's like, you know, when he first started, he would, and it's just kind of nature because I do it a lot too. We always we respect Brian, of course, and
Yep.
so we kind of follow his lead
We
on a lot
respect
of
Brian.
things.
Yep.
Well, today we do. While we're doing the podcast.
While we're on the podcast,
While
we're
we're
going
on
to
the
say that. Yeah, yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
But watching Roderick like come out of that zone and
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
just do his own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
He's networking, doing this stuff. People know who Roderick is now or whatever. It's not
Yep.
just okay. It's Brian and Roderick. It's like, all right, we know who Roderick is. We know what he's capable of doing and stuff. So props
He's
to you
blossoming
too, homie.
as
It's
a
been
wonderful
great.
human
Yeah.
being.
Yes.
It's been great, man, and
Yeah.
it speaks volumes to Mercer, really, and how Mercer's so ready to give people opportunity and so ready to put people out there and build them up and give them confidence to do things that they never really thought that they could do before.
Yeah.
So it's been great. It's been a great journey for me, and I bet everybody that we just mentioned, they would probably say the same thing.
Yep, I would think so.
I would think so too.
And all of that is so we can make this, like you said, for the owner operators.
Yep.
We got good people in office as far as management goes, great employees, and all of it so we can help these drivers out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
agreed.
Yeah.
We're killing it. In my mind, we are anyway. So,
I mean,
Having a good time today.
I feel like I just had to show up and let Roderick run the show, which is awesome. I was kind of, I came in and I was like, oh, I'm usually the agenda guy. Like, okay, we got to
Right,
have these
right,
points.
right.
We got to have these points. And I had nothing. And you were just ready.
Roger
He
came
took
in
the
on a
bull
mission.
by the horn and
he
just
really
went
did.
with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love
He
it.
is
Wasn't ready for
also starting his hostile takeover.
Yeah,
a
pretty
little
much.
by little.
Yeah. Like women in trucking
Baby
and
steps.
Roderick. Yeah.
I cannot wait for you to run me out of my job. I'm really excited
Well,
about it.
speaking of running people out of their jobs, I was talking about this story early with Anthony and Kathy Joe. So it was like my second or third. So Anthony was, as you all know, was over brokerage at one point. So he was my boss, and it was like the second or third year annual review. He was asking me, "Hey, what's your long-term goals?" And I looked at him with a dead face, and I was like, "Your job."
Yep.
And he was
Yeah.
like,
And it was
"Okay."
serious.
Ooh, that's bold. That's
yeah.
bold talk.
It seemed kind of bold, but she did it.
That's right.
I don't ask her anymore. Yeah, I'm not asking.
Right, don't ask her.
I don't want your job. I don't want your job.
You gonna jinx it.
Yeah. And that's what you get. Nobody wants your job, dude.
Nobody
You've got
wants
the
to be
hardest.
You got a tough job.
It's rough
You
out
have
there.
the hardest, most ungrateful job.
I wouldn't go that far. No.
Oh man, no.
No.
Let me.
Yeah,
It's
let me
a very important job.
No. His job is extremely important, but boy, does he get his butt kicked.
That's,
I
that
mean-
much
I
is
mean,
true.
like
that much is true.
That's true.
You walk through a building Monday morning on campus, and they're like, "Hey, Amanda B, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? How's your family? Oh, that sounds like it was really cool." Then Anthony walks through right by the same people, and they're like, "Hey, man, how many trucks we got in this morning?"
They don't care about family. He's like the weekend.
He's like, "I had a really good weekend. Chase is maybe the best kid that ever walked the face of the... We do not care how many trucks.
Right. You bring in?
Oh my goodness.
No, we still care about his family, but I mean, seriously, if he didn't get the trucks.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
what
trucks
we here
kind of
for?
set the tone or whatever.
Trucks, yeah.
But
Drivers
then
do
when
set
you
the tone.
see the turnout that we have sometimes here, especially with the owner operators that's been here this entire week, that come by and support us, and it's like you know their names when you see them come on and they do song with us, and it's been a couple of years and they're still hanging around. It's just cool when they come into the office and it's positive stuff, and even if it's anything negative, they know that they can come to the office, open door policy. We're gonna try to help them out as best as we can and stuff. So it does feel good from that. So nothing against the drivers at all. It's just people like Brian and ask me how my week was when I don't bring enough trucks in and stuff. But other than that, everything else is fine though. Since he started it and everything, all love with the drivers. So.
No, it is great. It is great when you talk to someone on the phone and then you actually get to meet them face to face. It's a whole different atmosphere, and it's awesome.
I think as we going by, we just got Richard right here. It's just you see all these familiar faces and stuff, and you talk to him so much on the phone, and when you see him in person, it makes you feel good, man. And
it does.
He was just literally just talking a minute ago and came over to me and said, "Man, this is the best move I've ever made in my life to come lead song with Mercer." So I was like, "Man, look, right on cue. I'm not pay him for that. I did not pay him for that. He did that on his own or whatever. It was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
And we'll be adding
stuff.
$25 to your next settlement. Get you.
Good stuff, man.
Get you.
Is that what it takes?
Not you. Not you.
Good stuff.
Hey, there's Liam Helton. Hey, Liam Helton.
Liam, what's up? What's up?
He's going to join the podcast at some point, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Sure
maybe.
And you guys
Maybe.
may know from that last name, there's someone else's last name is Helton, and that happens to be Brian Helton. And maybe you can put two and two together and realize who this guy is. It's Liam is Brian's father. See, I admit that?
Liam's my
I
father.
did that purposely or whatever.
I was like, what?
No, inside
Well,
joke,
this
'cause
is
we
a
always
hell of a
mess
way
up
to find
stuff.
that out.
We always mess up stuff or whatever purposely. No, Liam is Brian's son. Right. He's actually in our recruiting
was
department
perfect.
now, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He is
I
a
like
good
that
dude,
guy.
man.
He is. He is a good dude.
Yeah, he's good, folks.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
All right, so our friends at Moving Out stopped by. I don't know if you guys ever pick up that paper or check it out, but
Always do.
it is probably one of the oldest surviving trucking newspapers that still circulates. We were one of their oldest well, I guess we are their oldest customer technically, but Rembrandt Wright, rest in peace, Rembrandt, passed away last year, but one of our oldest agents was one of their first advertisers.
Oh,
Wow.
Randy.
I did not
so
know that.
he always had it's Wright, WRIGHT, and he would always have a tiny little ad in the back of Moving Out that said the right place for truckers.
There you go.
I love
like
that.
All right, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like
and it
that.
had the little jackknife Mercer truck.
Yeah.
And so we're good friends with Moving Out. We've been doing business with them for years. We've been running ads in there for years. But Steve, the owner, who is son of the original owner, that's how long they've been around. The son's already taken over the business. And he's been at it probably 30 years now, but great guy. Very Mercer friendly, likes to write about us, likes to show off Mercer trucks. Came by and brought me Working Show Truck of the Month. He does that every month in Moving Out.
Okay.
And he wants more Mercer drivers in there. Says you guys don't ever send in submissions. So he brought me an actual piece of paper.
Nice.
All right.
Old school.
Been a long time since I've seen one of those.
But we're gonna get this scanned in where you can download it from the Facebook group if you're in our
Nice.
Facebook group. If you're not, you can just contact Moving Out and tell them what you want to do. But yeah, we're gonna put these submission forms out there, and we'll have some in the office. And you guys sign up. See if you can get in there for Working Show Truck of the Month.
Good stuff,
That would be
man.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you can email them. Also, moving out at zoominternet.net. That's moving, no G, moving out at zoominternet.net.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to hit them up and ask them about working show truck of the month, and he wants working trucks. So don't think that, it has to look like this or that. Doesn't look like, you've been polishing for 6 weeks and never drove it.
Right.
He wants good-looking working trucks, and he knows they get dirty. He knows that you guys work them, so he wants to look at all of them.
Now, they did an awesome piece with Lynn Dunman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read in there. It was really. I read it yesterday or whatever. It was great work.
So
on that.
Lynn Dunman actually is the person that introduced me to Steve.
Really?
Oh, wow.
At Moving
Okay.
Out. So they go back. Lynn Dunman, if people don't know, before he was safety director, he was the recruiting manager and did our marketing for all our operators.
I did not know that.
And so that's how he got to know Steve, and they're old friends. So when Lynn retired and they did that, I sent Steve a photo and he published it. And so it's got
That's awesome.
Lynn under his Lynn Dunman Way sign.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Pretty cool little piece they put
That's
together.
So that's pretty cool.
awesome.
All right.
awesome.
So what else?
Well-
truck show. Oh, you got, you
I
got
was
topic?
Technically, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
So, usually when I come here, being part of the marketing team, a lot of my job is just to kind of capture all these moments, making sure I'm getting people being excited about being here. But I do get the opportunity to kind of peruse around the show a little bit, get to see who else is out here. And Anthony and I came across a vendor yesterday, and we have no idea how they have a booth that it's not quite the size of our booth, but it's so packed with a bunch of stuff in there. So somehow this company just got here last year, and they've got a Cybertruck in their booth now. They've got a Sprinter van in there.
Like gold bars. And, there's a lot going on. Like,
they're auctioning off some old Western guns.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's like
So what do they?
40 of them.
What do they do?
Yeah.
It's one of
truck
those
parking thing or whatever that I don't know. I'm assuming it's what
the truck parking club.
the truck parking club.
Yes.
That Brett Hutto I
Yes.
think he's into it now.
Yeah.
And I knew they were growing. But
Oh,
you
well,
go
they're
over
friends
there,
of Mercer.
They are friends of Mercer, yes.
They
Friends of the
have-
show.
Yes.
They're taking it to another level over there. with
They
the
really
booth.
are.
Yeah, so
It's a beautiful, beautiful situation over there, honestly. And it's just, it really kind of takes you off guard when you're walking past, and it's bright, and it's yellow, and it's red, and they've just
Light
got
flashes.
so much. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
flashing lights
It's a lot.
over there.
It's
Just
a
got
lot.
a whole lot of stuff going on over there. So that place actually kind of stood out. So I brought that up to ask, were there any other booths out here that kind of stood out to you guys? this year?
Mercer booth.
Mercer's booth
Well,
is
of
probably
course.
the number one. As you see it,
I mean,
look.
yeah.
Oh,
Look, he's just
you know what?
looking at the car.
Yeah.
I did see the Bennett booth, and it really stood out to me by how much it sucks.
Say what?
That's right. I said it out loud. I'm calling them
He
out.
went there. He went there,
wow.
ladies and gentlemen. He went there. Yep. He sure did.
Not a
Shots
fan.
fired. Shots fired.
Oh.
That's all right.
Pew, pew.
Not a fan. I'm just putting it out there.
There you
It's
go.
truck show. We got home court advantage.
That's it.
I'm not
That's it.
intimidated.
We definitely have home court advantage here.
Yeah. And we got all
You're
our
my
Mercer
favorite
drivers
person right
here.
now.
Yeah. Props to you, man. That was nice.
Now-
that was nice.
I'm going to say that the leader of our company is a good man and would probably not want me bad-mouthing another company.
That's true.
That's a very good
Except-
point.
That's very true.
except Bennett.
Except
Right.
man.
Or Mr.
you
P.
go.
Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
there. We said it. Shots
go.
fired.
All right.
There you
all
go.
Come
right.
at me, bro.
Cool. There you go.
So, Amanda, did you have a favorite booth?
So,
or another
Right.
booth
Yeah.
outside of this one?
yeah, I'm not going to take the same stance that Brian did.
Smart move, Amanda.
I'm a loose
But-
cannon.
But I will say, our good friends over at Truck Stop has a lovely booth.
Yeah,
Yes.
Always does.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they made a few adjustments to their booth, and they got a nice little sitting spot that you can sit down, and it has the big Truck Stop emblem with lights shining down on
Yeah.
it. So it was really, classy and sophisticated. So
Okay.
I'll tell you who does not have a booth, but I just saw Lindsay walk by a few minutes ago and
Oh,
wave at
yes.
us. And I want to give them a shout
Yes.
out. Next Gen in Trucking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Next gen, yes.
Great program. They're trying to bring more young people into the trucking industry, diesel mechanics, truck drivers, heavy machinery operators. They're really working with kids that don't necessarily want to go to college, but they want a good trade, they want a good career, and just teaching them that, college isn't for everybody, and there's trade opportunities, there's training. And you can just go to work and make a good living and just be happy. You don't have to be everybody else's version of what
there's nothing wrong
what there
with
is
that.
in the world. And trucking is a good industry. It's been good to my family, and we really support those guys. They're pretty awesome. Also, $0.
And I think
We just like them.
I think I want to add
We
something.
actually give them money to say that.
I do want to add something. I think it's also too that it's a great organization because they bring awareness to the students that being in high school, you're not aware that there are these opportunities
That's a great point.
in the industry that you can get into and you can make a very good living at doing
absolutely.
so.
Well, somewhere around the time that we were younger folks, there became this thing that, you got to go to high school, and if you don't do good in high school, then you're not going to get into a good college.
Yeah.
And if you don't get into a good college, you're not going to be able to get a good job.
Yeah.
And they never mentioned, the $300,000 in debt
Right.
Yeah.
to get a job out of college that pays you about $28,000.
Yeah, they definitely forget to mention that part.
But they also never mentioned about the transportation industry at all.
Right.
No.
It was all go to be a doctor, be a nurse, be a lawyer, and
Which doesn't make a lot of sense because
Roger?
this world's built on.
I have a text message
We got a call in?
that, they tried to call and it rang into Mercer.
Oh,
I see it.
All right.
I see what happened. Okay.
Did you have your phone rolled over?
It did roll. I guess because it's Saturday. I didn't even think about that because it's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Your phone's rolled over.
I guess
Everybody, this is totally my fault. I do apologize, but I wasn't aware that on Saturday, which makes a lot of sense that I'm not going to be able to accept calls. So give me an opportunity to figure out that before you give us another call back. But if you had the ability, why not just put it in the comments for us, and we'll go ahead and answer your question and engage with you that way. In the meantime.
do you know
This person wants to call in.
do you know who this person is?
I do.
Oh,
Is this
no.
Dom? This is Dom again.
Are you gonna tell us?
Not.
Are you gonna tell us who it is?
It's our boss,
Which one?
Right, which one?
Yeah, it's a good
Tyler.
point. Yeah.
Oh, okay, No, we got to figure this out. We got to get him in
We
there.
gotta find a way. Oh my goodness.
We got to figure this part out.
He knows not to call my phone because he yells at me anytime because my phone, for whatever reason, when he calls me, it just doesn't pick up. And it's not
Right.
purpose, I promise. It's not purpose. I am trying to answer
Your work
it. Yeah.
phone?
Work
Or your
phone.
personal?
Well, my personal phone. Yeah, he would tell you that my personal phone is the worst phone of all time.
I don't know. I never have any problems
But it's
getting a hold of you.
only with him. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Are you sure you didn't set any kind of rules or
I
anything?
did not. I don't get it. I don't get it. For whatever reason, it doesn't work right.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, we have to get him on.
Yeah.
I think we might kick him off the show anyway. I like having Amanda on.
I mean, we
Amanda's
talked about
great.
that.
Amanda is
we did
great.
talk about that.
Yes.
Admittedly,
But I don't know. I like Tyler. Tyler's he's good too.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
We did a good,
I don't know.
good segment
I
on
don't
him
know.
the other day
I'm not
about how
convinced.
cool of a boss he is. And
He is.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He is.
Gotta give him his props.
Yeah,
Well.
for sure.
Kind of like me, Tyler. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I mean, yeah.
right? You can't beat that.
I'm still not convinced.
Oh man.
You know what? You know why? Because he kind of acts like one of those Bennett guys. I'm joking.
That's
I'm
great.
joking.
I have nothing to do with that.
I'm joking, and I'm joking. Bennett guys, you're good guys.
Drank some haterade this morning, didn't
There are good.
he? He drank some
There are
haterade.
good people at Bennett. I've got friends at Bennett.
Like Anthony's just not saying anything. He's just
Now you're gonna let
Oh,
Brian
'cause
get the hater
I'm
of the
gonna let
year
Ryan
award.
roll that out,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I just,
Anthony's in bed with them, is why.
Anthony likes
He's got
to-
all of his good buddies over there.
No, I know what I'm doing. We got a lot of guys who came from Bennett.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to just do them too wrong or whatever. Because
Yeah.
we're taking a lot of their drivers, and it's not fair to really call them out like that. From my standpoint, anyway. You guys do what you
Hey,
need to do.
for the record, if Bennett was terrible at what they did, we wouldn't even be talking about them
I mean,
right
that's
now.
true.
No,
That's
we
very
know
true.
a lot of those
So
guys.
kudos,
It's all
Bennett.
jokes.
Yeah.
It's kind
Very
of like
true.
it's kind of like Duke basketball. Like I only talk smack about them because they're good, and I'm sick of seeing them be so good all the time.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
they're very good. See,
Roderick Young, please.
Yeah, Roderick and I went out to dinner with.
I could have just done test calls for you, buddy.
Well, actually,
JB Hunt
this is
was our
Roderick
couple of
calling.
guys.
Oh,
and so
nice.
good
Trying to get
conversation with
routed back
them.
to
So
myself.
shout out to them as well, man. So,
Oh, nice.
Roderick's working on a phone issue. He's abandoned
yes.
us.
yeah, he's trying to get it done here. So
All right.
Oh my goodness.
what else we got going on, B, in the world of trucking?
We've got some people keep walking by stacking up. You know, everybody was acting like they don't want to be on here. Now
Yeah.
they see us over
I
here
think
having
they do,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
And now they're trolling
I think they're
around.
ready.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to get up.
We don't
I'm
have
not giving
to.
up my seat.
Let's don't. We don't have to.
All right.
Well, that's
Keep the party going. So
Well, we got to see what Tyler has to say too.
right.
I mean, maybe we will, maybe we won't.
While he's packing for his vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's not here with us today.
Yeah.
He's a good man with a good family, and
Yeah.
he's a good husband and dad.
Yeah.
Safe travels on the vacation too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good stuff.
So what are we looking like, Rod?
okay.
are-
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Well, it looks
Roger's
like he's
trying
still
to
on the
figure it
phone
out,
trying
you
to
know?
figure it
Okay,
out.
Okay. It's okay. We'll just laugh, you know.
I know.
With no,
Okay, well, let me get. You see me doing it. Let me
Yep.
get back to it. You watch
Okay.
me talk to you right now. Let me get back to it.
Oh my gosh.
all right. Was that the boss man?
So no, that was actually Latasha. I tried to call in myself.
Okay.
And she got it. And she said
okay.
that from this point forward on the weekends, everything is going to get routed through the switchboard, and then after
yeah.
1 o'clock, it's going to go to the call center. And I was like, so there's no way we can like counteract that or beat that down. And she's like, no, you got
This
to call
is why
IT
we need
on
a
a
dedicated
Saturday.
number.
Yep, we
Yep, we
just
gotta get a
discussed this.
dedicated
We
number.
just talked about
Yeah.
this with my man.
Wow.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Well, tell Tyler,
you know
text
what?
something into us,
Hold
man.
up.
What you
What
have
kind
on your
of
mind?
is Tyler on iPhone?
Is he iPhone? Or
Is he an iPhone or is he an Android
No,
guy?
I'm thinking Android.
Is he an Android person?
Now that I couldn't tell you that
I'm
at
thinking-
I
all.
don't know.
If he's still listening, yeah, you can.
And the reason why I'm asking is because, I mean, ultimately, all you have to do is just plug up the phone. So he could call into somebody's private line that they have their cell phone with them, their iPhone.
Yeah. Oh, iPhone.
I could just plug it right in.
Let's do it.
Well,
Yep, let's
Tyler,
knock it
call
out.
Brian.
Tyler, we're about to have you on, man. You're going to have to call Brian's private line. But as soon as you do that, we'll plug you right in.
There we
and,
go. There
we'll
we
get
go.
you in here to these shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I
Yep.
like that word.
All right.
Let's get him in here.
Yeah, man. And we're missing you, Tyler, man. We would have loved to have seen your face in here with us today. It'd been nice.
Yep.
She'll be. Hopefully, he's still with us.
That or should you call him?
Yeah. There's
Hey,
a-
man.
Yeah, let's
You
call
never
him
know.
up.
He's probably trying to call us in between sets. That's what he's doing.
Well, I know he's not trying to call me. So I can
Between sets.
Yeah, he's in
guarantee you
between
he's
sets
not
right
calling
now.
me. So I'd be the last one on there who would call.
So Brian ain't gonna be able to
I
get
know.
contact with. He was under some weight right now.
He's texting me between burpees.
Oh my goodness. No,
He
he's
says,
working out.
can't talk, mouthful of protein shakes.
Oh my goodness.
It's right here.
believe it. I believe it.
I wouldn't make
believe
that
it.
up.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny because I see him sometimes walking around and he's got that little cup, and
Yeah.
the cup has the weirdest colored liquid in
Yeah.
it ever. It's like
I
a
don't know what that
greenish,
stuff is.
brownish, yellowish
Spinach
and he
juice or
just
something. I don't
downs
know.
it, dude. I have no idea how he's able to do that.
Yeah.
But then he'll stop by anybody's office and eat what it'd be 3-year-old candy
Yeah.
or something. He's like, and I'm like, Tyler, no, and he'll already eat it. Like, dude,
How does he even do that?
I don't know. He does it in anybody's office.
He
I've
does.
watched him do it. But like,
Literally, the other day I was in Keith Tucker's office and there was like crumbles of chips on the floor, and I said, "Tyler's been in your office."
Funny,
Yes.
funny.
And it's awesome because he just walks in and like opens stuff up
whatever
and
it
just
is.
starts snacking on it.
Makes
Like,
Doesn't
himself
think
at
twice
home.
about it.
Yeah.
Makes himself at home.
but
Yep.
isn't that really why Mercer's awesome though?
That is.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah.
I mean,
that is.
it's just like your big brother walked in and he's like, "Give me your Cheetos."
Except for my little brother for me. He's younger than me, so my little brother.
Well, I mean, he's like 15 centuries younger than me.
But
he's still picking on me.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out real quick to Doug Ness. Never mind.
All right, we got him on the phone.
Oh, we got it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. About to get the boss man in here.
Oh, yeah.
Doug, we appreciate you. We're going to shout you out, man. Thank you. We love you, too. Maybe you can get out here next year with us. That would be great.
All right, we are.
Brian, why is the little... Am I trying to stick
to
a...
Mercer Live. Yeah.
I know, right?
Oh, it's not what you think it is.
Oh, no, it's a lightning cable?
I don't know.
Yes, man.
Does he need to call another phone?
I think he was calling Roderick's phone.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Did you
So
hook
I
it?
have a USB-C.
Oh.
Brian's got an old school.
Did you
Brian's
hang
got the
up
old
on him?
school. I don't think I did.
What about yours?
Was he trying to call you?
No, he was trying to call Brian, but Brian's got a lightning cable on the bottom of his phone, not the USB-C. So, do you have an iPhone, a newer version?
I have Android.
Me too. You?
Android? Yeah.
Oh, wait. Kathy Joe might have an
Kathy, bring her in.
Kathy Joe.
Hang
Bring her
on,
in.
man.
We're going to get
Uh-oh,
this squared away,
no.
folks.
Brian might have it. Brian might
wait.
have it. Brian might have it.
We're going to get it together.
We're only
Stand by.
live. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're only live, folks. It's,
Yeah, we're fine.
Nah, we're going to
Appreciate
figure it out, y'all. We're going to make sure we get everything together.
We're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't stare at the dumpster.
No.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. But wouldn't you rather it be this way instead of for it to be scripted? You know what
Oh,
I mean? It was
yeah.
sitting there
Scripted is
just
boring.
reading off of a prompter
Yeah.
or something or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact we have no
Absolutely.
idea what we're going to say next, that's pretty cool right there.
I love
So,
it.
yeah.
I love the spontaneity.
And we're going to have a
Yeah,
couple
man,
of
it's
guest
organic.
speakers come in here and sit down with us.
Yeah?
We're going to pull a lot of, they don't even know they're coming over here yet.
They
We're
don't.
going to grab them, and they're going to sit here and talk with us too. So we're going to have some
Awesome.
fun today. For the ones who are sticking in, listening with us, we appreciate it.
And
Yeah.
also, shout out to Latasha. She actually has said hello to us, says she loves us.
Hey,
What's up?
Chewy.
What's up? Yeah,
Roderick
Tasha.
already hit the call button, so you might, depending on how that goes, you might need to get on there and talk to him.
Hello. Does it
All right,
ring?
folks?
I think it's ringing.
Tyler, you on her?
We're almost there.
I can. But,
Hey, oh, I know what's going on.
You gonna fix
Brian
it?
knows. Hold on for a second.
We're only live, folks. That's all.
We're trying to figure it out, everybody.
Stand by. Technical difficulties. That's what you do when you go live for
Yeah.
like 2 hours straight. Or
Yeah.
however far we're going.
No, for sure.
Yep. Starting to pick up though.
It
Crowd's
is.
starting to get pretty good.
It is
here.
starting to pick
Our
up.
booth is
Tyler,
filled up.
Tyler, can you hear me from here?
Yeah, we've got quite a few people in our booth, which
Yep.
is great.
I got a couple
You
people
know
staring
what?
at me because they want to sell me something. So
You know it, dude. You know that's what
not
they're here to
gonna
do.
leave. They're going to stay and they're going to stare at me until I get up and
Yeah.
listen
You know
to what
this.
they
Yeah.
have to sell. Yes.
Yeah.
And folks, they would try to sell me anything.
Yeah.
I think it's everyone in this booth is like, whenever something comes up, they're like, who can I talk to about this?
This
Talk to
guy
Andy.
right here.
Like, I think
This guy.
I think the recruiters
Did he not call
get a
my
kick
tab,
out of
bro?
it. I think they enjoy just sending anybody my way. And I mean, I've had some weird ones. I mean, a guy he was trying to, what was he?
That's you?
Shower heads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was like, man, who can I talk to about shower heads for your drivers? And I was like, hey, man, we're not doing this.
Nobody
today.
here.
Nobody here. Hey, we're not doing this today, man. So we're here to
Nobody
recruit
here.
trucks, man. So yeah, it happens though.
I tell you
It does
what, let's try
happen.
something else.
So that's a disaster.
No. What's Tyler's telephone number?
It's pretty bad.
Well, I can't say it on here.
Okay. You want to write it
I'll
down
text
real
it
big?
to you.
Send it up
Yeah.
like a cue
Can
card
you
for me
imagine
real
if
quick.
you did?
We
But
have all kinds
We
of drivers
dox-
calling 3 in the
Yeah,
morning.
we definitely would dox Tyler right
Becca
today.
would hate you.
Oh, my
she would hate you.
My fuel card's down. That would be hilarious.
It's a slippery slope.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to FaceTime Tyler,
Oh,
and then
okay.
and then we'll see
Okay.
if maybe we can get the signal in that way.
Okay.
Because we definitely all want to see. We definitely all want to have Tyler on.
He may not want to be
Yeah.
seen though. I mean, you never know. with
No,
Boss
he
Man.
does.
I mean,
He does.
That's
He-
a good point.
he
That's
likes
good.
to be seen.
Are
He's
you
ready
kidding
for
me?
this.
Now we ain't gonna be able to see him.
Yeah, he is
He's,
beautiful.
yeah, he's ready.
Yeah.
Probably has a suit on right now. Just
Yeah.
You know he does.
yeah, sitting in the house with
Just
a
sitting in the
full
house where
suit
he's
on.
ready.
Yep.
He's always ready.
Just in case someone calls him.
You know, he's pretty dapper.
He is.
Did you see him on Thursday?
Yeah.
That jacket was really nice.
Yeah,
It
he was
was
looking
nice.
good.
I think
So-
he does that when they order, the box set that they order to your house with the outfits. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that's what he does. I think
That would make sense.
He gets one every
Yeah.
day in the mail, and then it's like, all right,
With
this
a
is
brand new
work.
can of
With the-
Dapper Dan.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a bona fide.
Shoes, the belt,
Yeah.
the whole nine.
That would make
Yep.
sense.
And so I don't remember who the coordinator was, but it was a younger person, and this story was just shared with me. But Tyler's walking through, and he's looking all Tyler.
Yeah.
And dude looks at him and goes, "Man, you just look like you got a good credit score." And he does.
Accurate.
He does look like he has a good credit score.
Was it someone in Vans that told him that?
It was.
Yeah.
Probably Nick Brock, maybe.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
forgot who it was because he told me a story too or whatever. So he does fit the profile though. Looks like
does.
his credit score is pretty high. So.
That's funny.
All right. Well,
That's all right. Sorry,
Dang it.
Tyler. We're
Yep, Tyler.
yeah, man.
Sorry you had to put a
Should've did
suit
it yesterday.
on, man. Yeah.
He said
well.
should have did it yesterday.
Yep.
we're let's get that. We have to get with Donnie.
We're gonna have to get with Donnie. We're gonna have to get with Donnie.
He was talking.
Yeah.
He was talking some pretty good ideas.
Man, look,
Okay.
the other day our IT guy came in, and me and Brian, we told him exactly what we wanted. And we're not IT guys, so we're basically stumbling over all of our words trying to explain to him what exactly we need to do to make this work. But our IT guy Donnie, he came up with a solution for us. It just was going to take us a little while to make it work. So we apologize for promoting this thing, and then on Saturday we can't pull it, but we'll make sure that we'll have it ready for
All
you
right.
guys.
We'll be ready for
But-
next year.
Hey, man,
But-
yeah.
what is going on?
If you do have questions,
see that, right?
or you want to
Yeah.
communicate with us, just go into the comments.
We'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be glad to field some questions from there. I'll open up Facebook so I can keep an eye on comments too,
There you
Yep,
go.
me too.
and we'll get it done.
Cool,
you go.
cool.
Yep, good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so Brian,
Sir?
one thing that I thought about while we were all sitting here is like, man, I know we've come to Matt's. We've been here for decades. So I wanted you to maybe kind of, and I know that you've been
hey
coming
man,
to the.
I love truck shows.
I do too.
That's why I looked
I
over
did
at him and I
too.
said, we'll talk about that later, okay? Roger
everybo-
didn't even.
Oh, no, I'll peep.
Okay.
No, he's
All right.
We're side
All right.
eye.
Now let's-
Side eye.
All right, let's,
I love this truck
please,
show. Yeah.
please continue.
My goodness.
Look, Roger's trying to be all professional. We're over here like,
Folks, it gets crazy.
It does
after-
get crazy.
On Saturdays,
crazy.
it gets crazy. That's all we can say.
God.
The people that start
I hope
coming
we get
in,
out of here alive.
My goodness, folks. I wish you were here. I wish you were here for that one. You just missed a really good one, man.
We do it. We end up seeing some great people here, some
Yes.
Yeah.
characters for
Yeah,
sure.
That one might have won. That one might have won.
Well, speaking of which, so Brian, you've been doing the truck shows for a while, and I know we've been at Matt's for a long time. So maybe can you talk to us a little bit about what it was years and years and years ago, and like how it's evolved to what it is now?
Yeah, the first one had 3 trucks.
Wait, really?
Back when I was only 50.
Yeah. Right.
You guys make me feel so old.
You really
I'm
did,
teasing.
Roger. You really did. I was like,
my
you keep
bad.
going
No,
back
man,
in the
I'm
day.
teasing. I know I'm old.
Way back in the day.
So this is my 21st Mid-America Truck Show. I'll
Wow.
be 22 years at Mercer in June.
That's awesome.
And
It is great.
I'm super old
No,
and
you're not.
and barely employable anywhere else, and that is the secret to longevity at Mercer. Find a job that any moron can do and be completely unhireable to other companies.
Oh my gosh.
And you can stay forever.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
That was awesome.
But so when I started at the truck show and toothpaste was nickel, this whole wing that we're looking at right here didn't even exist.
Oh, wow.
And this looked like the West Wing does, pre-remodel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot smaller. It was a lot dirt. Well, you know what the West Wing's like.
That's dingy.
Yeah, I mean, it still smells like cows
Yeah.
from the state fair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and about the only thing they used to do here was the truck show, the farm machinery show, and the flea market once a month. And this
Oh, okay.
this was this was always the flea market.
Yep.
And it was a giant flea market, but I mean that's really about all that ever happened. You get like maybe some card dealers and like baseball cards and stuff like that. Collector shows.
They still do that once
believe
a year.
so.
Here,
Every once in a while, but that was it.
Right.
And now look at it. Holy wow! We had a 10 by 20 booth.
Okay.
So in comparison, we're at a 60 by 60 now.
Wow.
So yeah, we had a 10 by 20 booth, and we could barely recruit because we had all of our guys in town.
Right.
Wow.
And they'd come and hang out with us and fill up the
cool.
booth. And when I say we could barely recruit, I mean we could barely talk to anybody but our guys because they just filled it up. So we just started adding booth space and adding, and the more guys that would show up in town, the bigger that we can make the booth.
Nice.
And yeah, it's fun. We give our guys a place to come sit down and eat if they want to.
Yep.
It's a big show. There's a lot of walking around, so they can come sit down and take a load off. And yeah, it's grown a really lot. And so has the Fair and Exposition Center. So,
Yeah.
It really has.
Things change.
Yep.
It used to be a little crazier. Maybe those like industry parties that you go to sometimes, Roger, after the show.
Those industry parties.
They might have been a little crazier back in the day. Things have tamed themselves a little bit in that area.
Right.
So that was fun.
I always make the and Brian's heard, and I know everybody hears these stories all the time, but before our drivers listening, like when I first started, and I joke on Brian in 21 years he's been doing this, but hell, I'm not too far behind you or whatever. I've been in Mercer for 18 years now.
Yeah, you're super old too.
I'm old too. I'm old too. By
He's
the way.
old school.
Yeah, but Brian when I first was coming in, people would come over and try to sell us stuff, and I'm just wide-eyed, and I'd listen to every story that they had, and a lot of times I would go get Brian excited and say, hey, this guy thinks he can do this for us, and he can bring us this, new tarps for the drivers, and blah, blah, blah. And I learned real fast that Brian didn't give a damn about what they were saying. It was embarrassing to me, and then he would leave me with the actual person who's selling, and it was just awkward at that point. It was a long silence as he walked away, and so after a while you learn to adapt, and I learned a lot from this guy as far as I know now who I can talk to, who I can't. And,
well, you can talk to all of them. I'm just not good.
Now I don't have to, and I don't feel bad about it when I don't, and I learned that from you. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, there's a time and a place to talk business and sales kind of things, but we don't come to trade shows for that. We come to trade shows to hang out with our owner-operators and to look for new owner-operators.
Exactly right.
Yep.
We're at work, man.
That's true.
Yep.
And
That's true.
people assume that because you're at work that you want the same things that they want while they're at work.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because sales guys have a tough job, and I love them for getting up every day, not knowing where the next dollar's coming from, knowing they have to sell to make money.
Yep.
But I'm not your guy.
I heard that.
You can do your due diligence. You can call the office and try to figure out who the person is that you need to talk to make a sale. We're here to talk to drivers. We're here for the drivers.
Yep.
Speaking of drivers, I'm about to step out for a moment because I have 2 drivers that I need to get ID badges to, so I can get them in
All
here.
right,
man.
We'll go get that. Hey,
So,
send me somebody.
I'm going to send somebody
Send
else to my
Kathy
place.
Jo in here.
Kathy Jo will be on her way.
Yeah.
Folks.
All right, Kathy
Hold on.
Jo. Yeah, bring her on. That'd be great.
Oh, thank you.
Filler.
All right.
Filler during transitions.
So yeah, man. So check it out. The crowd has definitely picked up from where we had just kind of started the podcast today. So if you take a look at it, man, I mean the turnout has been
you should
crazy.
just come over to middle seat because we're not going to let Anthony back in permanently. It's just me and you now, Amanda B. We're running it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So as you can see, the turnout's been incredible for a Saturday, man. So it's been good. It's been really,
Go
really
Cats.
good.
Kentucky.
Or not.
Kentucky Wildcats. We lost last night. I don't care. Still true blue.
Oh, really? Absolutely.
That's how I roll. I like the Cards this year, too, though. You a Cards fan?
I am a Cards fan.
I hate to admit how much I love your team right now. I want to hate them. I can't. I love the Louisville Card. I'm going to say it out loud, Cats fans. Judge me if you want. I love the Louisville Cardinals. I love your coach. He's awesome.
Yeah, they've had an incredible comeback season this year. Yeah,
absolutely.
So if you're wondering where all that's coming from, we're in the middle of March Madness in Kentucky, and this is college basketball country around here.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
So, yeah, man, as you can see, we've got a super friendly, driver-friendly booth.
Getting excited.
There we go. Real driver-friendly booth, and we make it this way so people can kind of come in and feel comfortable to sit down and talk to us and engage with us. You know, not just our employees, not just our staff that we bring here, but also the owner-operators and any potential owner-operators, or even just passers-by. We don't mind. Come on in, hang out, talk to us. Whoop. Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right.
Welcome. You want to be about 2 inches from that mic, and
closer.
Bring it in.
Any way you want it to.
Okay.
It'll do lots of little bendy things.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I actually like this one better.
Just make it to where you're comfortable.
Okay. This one's a lot better.
If Anthony would sit upright when he talks on it, you sound a lot better on there than he does.
Really?
Yeah, well, he starts getting like, and then he comes back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yes.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, you're. What the? Oh, boy.
All right now.
All right.
You on camera? Oh, yeah, you on, baby. You on live.
That's okay.
You on live.
Everybody. That's okay. Hey, there's gonna be some truckers really happy.
Yeah,
you just put your junk on cam right there.
And I mean, it's our fault because we set up right in front of the cooler with all the waters in it.
We would rather you have water than worry about this stuff. We're just playing. So we set up the camera in between the booth and where we keep water for the contractors.
Yeah.
And he was just coming to get a little something to drink.
Yeah, got a little snack, got a little drink.
That's one of the things that's awesome about Mercer.
Yep. That is.
Keep everyone hydrated.
Yeah.
We're sitting here being silly, and we've got a whole setup here, and he felt perfectly comfortable.
Yeah.
Just walking in.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. I might watch this one, Roger.
Just to see us get interrupted. So, Kathy Joe.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you got to tell us, who are you?
My name's Kathy Joe, and I am in brokerage.
Awesome. But what do you do in brokerage, though?
I'm the supervisor of brokerage. So
Really?
I am in charge of making sure that everyone is setting up carriers and moving the freight.
Wow. So how long have you been with us?
Almost 10 years.
10 years. So when you first started, what was your role then?
I was in qualifications in brokerage.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your path from that to where you are now?
A lot of development from this one right here, actually.
She's my protege.
Yeah, she's taught me everything I know, and then some. Yeah.
All right. What kind of valuable lessons has she passed down to you?
To stand up for yourself and put your foot down and be strong. Yeah.
We talked about you guys earlier today, and one of the things that a lot of the managers who have brought some people up, one of the things that they all kind of do is they instill this confidence in you that maybe sometimes you wouldn't have had before without having that little push. I can definitely speak to that because Brian has absolutely given me more and more confidence every day. He allows me to make my own mistakes.
Sure.
He allows me to stand up for myself, and he empowers me all the time with opportunity. So
absolutely.
I can relate to how that feels for you when Amanda does the same thing.
Yep.
And it really speaks to how well Amanda is as a manager, because it wasn't just you, right? She also brought somebody else up along with her.
Yeah, she did. Yes, the assistant manager of freight. Yes. So.
But I do want to say, like, Alyssa and Kathy Jo has been great, but we also have an awesome team on both sides. So freight and brokerage, we all work well as a team. Don't have a whole lot of issues. and it's a great. What am I thinking of the word?
Atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
So it's easy to do that when you have a lot of people backing you up, and that are supportive and able to, wanting to collaborate and that kind of stuff. So
Now this is really awkward. I was planning on letting Roderick go this week.
well, you were waiting until after the truck show, right? That's what it was.
I see that plan.
Look at it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to find out.
I know, right? This was one hell of a way to find
That's awful. That's awful.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug Ness
Oh, I see him in here. I see him.
says we're doing a great job. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Hey,
Wish you
thanks,
could have made it in for the truck show this year, so I could teach you how to use the soap dispenser. That doesn't make sense to you guys, but it's an inside joke for us.
Okay.
He'll know what I mean, and he'll know I love him.
Oh my God.
Also, man, he's got some high expectations on you here, man. He wants to know where the jamboree photos are.
Yep.
So
Oh,
that only
yeah.
tells me that you do a fantastic job, because he says, Roderick, where's the pictures of the 70s show? So
speaking of the jamboree, I love the theme this year.
It was so
Did you?
much fun.
It was awesome.
Yes.
It was so awesome.
we had fun doing it.
Yes, we did.
I don't think disco party is for everyone.
I don't think it
For
is
everyone.
either.
But
I don't think it is either.
But I don't think that anything we do is ever going to be for anyone.
No.
Right.
So we
No.
try to mix it up, and hopefully, if you like to participate, you like being a part of the Mercer family, and not everybody does.
Yeah.
Some people just like to lease on, go out there and truck. But if you like hanging out and being a part of it, we try to switch it up enough if you come 3 or 4 years, we're probably going to have something that you love. We're probably going to have something that you don't love.
Yeah.
Right.
But we try to do something cool and something different so that we
Yeah.
kind of hit on everybody's things that they think are fun. Hey, Blanche Brooks is watching.
Oh, hey.
Blanche.
We love Blanche.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
Blanche is another one that she's been here for years and years and years. People just don't leave, man. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Family here.
Really, it is.
Yeah.
Really, it is.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. So I went to an industry event last night, and just talking to some of the people there, and they were talking about how they had been in a relationship with Mercer for a while. And one of the things that they noticed was how anybody who comes to Mercer, once they get there, a lot of people really stay.
Yeah.
And despite how the industry goes and how things may be swinging in transportation, a lot of those people decide to kind of plant their feet in, grow their roots there, and so that's one of the great things about being at Mercer too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, the last day,
what do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say,
I'm running out of material.
So Kathy Joe,
Yep.
when we I had made a video with you in it a while back talking
Yes.
about the jamboree.
Yes.
And I remember that you actually had worked the jamboree a couple of years ago.
Did.
So that was actually one of my favorite jamborees.
Mine too.
So
Yes.
can you maybe give us a little bit about how things went behind the scenes and what made it your favorite event?
So that was the year that it was the Price is Right theme, and the year before it was supposed to actually be in 2020. It obviously got canceled, but Brian over here promised me some feather boas to be joined. Do you remember that?
I had to bribe you.
Yes, you didn't have to bribe me. I just demanded the feather boas, and you came through.
Yeah, there really wasn't any negotiating there, was
no,
there?
there wasn't. No, but it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of prep work behind the scenes where we practiced
we
all
did.
the games. And,
Yeah, we did.
And they let us spin the giant wheel, and it was a lot of fun getting to interact with people from other departments that I normally didn't get to hang out with either. So that was just a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
one of the
that's
big
great.
things about having the jamboree and just events that we have in Mercer
Yes.
all the time is that, because we're such a large campus and we're so segmented that
Yes.
when we have stuff like that, just bring everybody together and have them enjoy something and have fun together.
Yeah.
And it really builds that family up. So
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
thought the Price is Right. I thought that was a great theme
It
as well,
was.
too.
It was so much fun.
It was-
games and
And I think it was good because we were able to get a lot of the drivers to interact with the games.
yeah.
and it just, there was a lot of different games going on.
Yeah, we had 6 or 7.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
More truck show stuff.
I mean, it was chaotic. It was chaotic for sure. But
That was one of the worst nights of my life.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible.
You were very stressed out that year.
It was really hard because nobody had time. We were all so busy that none of us had time to get together. We didn't have enough time to practice. We didn't have enough time to get people together. And it was just because everybody was swamped.
Yeah.
And so then it became showtime, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to pull this
I was
off.
going to say that. You would have never known.
I was having a panic attack the whole time.
It was great, honestly.
It was so bad.
What was the game, the Plinko board? Plinko, yeah. You were terrified of that, remember?
Yes, I thought somebody was going to die.
Well, yeah, because it was 40 feet
So
in the
tall.
air.
It was scary.
And then everybody else was like, no, this is cool.
I was terrified.
No,
Yeah, I had to get help getting down.
But everybody survived. I survived. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm made of anxiety and panic attacks. So this is not unusual behavior for me. Everybody else is having a great time, having fun, no worries. And I'm like, no.
But
the world will blow up if this doesn't go perfect.
Yeah, but it was a good, like, everyone enjoyed it when they're still talking about it years later. That's still the jamboree that everyone's talking about.
I don't always love the way things go, but my favorite thing in the world is to be the cheerleader.
Yep, me too.
You do such a good job at it.
And man, I love this place, and I want everybody to love it too.
Great job at it.
Yeah.
I wish everybody could have the same Mercer experience I've had. I can't even begin to tell you what kind of opportunity I've had here. So, I like being the cheerleader, even when it hurts.
Good. We need cheerleaders.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
She's ready to come on.
Were you coming over to be on the show?
Look, she's like, no.
That was a hard no.
We're good.
Anthony, just like the restaurant, just decides he's going to ditch.
He definitely
He was like,
did.
you good? Oh, you good? Yeah, let's
He
go.
definitely just did us like that.
I don't know.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him running. Look at him running. Where you going?
Hey, Brian, you know what we should do? We should do a podcast. I'll leave 10 minutes after it starts and never come back. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay. No, we're good.
Hilarious.
We're good.
We're good.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I know you were not always like, yeah, let's do it.
I was
little
nervous.
hesitant.
Yes.
Little hesitant.
And I think that's why you're awesome, because man, I could tell you were a little bit nervous, but you did it for us, and you did great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Now get back out there and recruit some drivers.
All right.
Go get to work.
Yeah, get to work.
Bye, everyone.
Hey, send us somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get
Chaz back
someone.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send somebody over.
All right.
You choose.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
do guest
Just go
guest
up to him.
star
That's
guest
Yeah.
star roulette.
Yeah. Just
I love
tell them,
it.
hey, you're on the podcast now.
I love it. I love it. And now you also
And now she's
ducking
getting
under the
water.
camera to get water too.
We're gonna
Okay.
next year. We
That's
should probably move that to a different location. You know?
I disagree.
It's-
This is becoming a lot of fun for me.
think
Actually,
so?
yeah, I actually
You think
kind of
so?
agree with
I
Brian.
mean, if
It's a
people
nice
are going
little
to keep
break.
crawling and trying to dodge it.
It's a nice break.
That's true.
I mean, in fact, I'm thinking about just putting a sign on the camera stand there that says, please crawl under.
Yeah. But we have to get footage, them crawling.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get
We're
them
gonna
every time
have
they
to-
come through now.
Can we get
Yeah.
crawl cam?
Yeah, get a crawl.
That'll be awesome.
It would be great.
So
All right.
I've been kind of watching Roderick from afar to
Uh-huh.
see if we were going to be able to get Eddie and Jessica over here, and
Oh yeah.
they are forever ever
Being Hollywood
talking
today.
to
Come on,
people
girl.
about their beautiful truck.
Well, you know
their
what?
their
Speaking
truck
of
is
which,
awesome.
who's over there? I'm also seeing Super Trucker Dan over
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
And he's been here with us this entire weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bailey.
And Bailey. Don't forget Bailey.
Bailey was here Thursday, and I'm just going to say it. Bailey was more popular than Dan.
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey's always
No
more
offense to
popular than
Dan, but Bailey is.
Yeah.
I was telling
She's the
Dan today, I
all-star.
said
of the
sometimes
show.
I like to comment on your post. He usually has about 200, 300 comments. So I always say hi, Bailey.
Yeah.
He looked at me. I said, well,
So
you already know if I
sweet.
say hi to Bailey, it's saying hi.
Yeah. She's so sweet.
All right, look who we got in here. We
What's
got
up, guys?
Chaz.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Chaz. So tell everybody who you are.
Hey, everybody knows me, I believe. Chastity. We are in recruiting. We are
That's
out
right.
here looking for the best of the best to add to the fleet.
That's right. That's right. So
Yeah.
what's your role at Mercer right now?
I am the assistant manager of recruiting now.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Assistant to the manager,
Yes. I assist.
Dwight.
Right. And still recruit as well. You know, that's one thing they can't take from me.
Office joke.
I don't know The Office.
No.
I've never watched it.
Also, there
neither.
was this guy named Dwight that always said he was the assistant regional manager, and his boss would always correct him and say assistant to the regional manager.
Wait, is that the guy with the glasses and the funny,
Yeah.
like his hair
Rainn
was
Wilson.
like...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I've seen
Dwight.
memes of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one episode where they were doing CPR class.
Oh,
and,
my
and-
goodness.
And Dwight perceives that the dummy that they're doing CPR is dead and pulls out a knife and starts to harvest the organs.
Oh, goodness.
He's one of my favorite characters in any show ever.
Wait,
He's so
Insane.
ridiculous.
Didn't Dale dress up as Dwight?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I'm
Yeah,
seeing-
Dell
Okay.
Dell dressed up. Yeah, the leader of our company dressed up like Dwight for Halloween
I need to see pics.
and was awesome.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Right?
Taken up for
I
Dale.
think we have some.
We definitely do.
We definitely do. Yeah.
If you've been around Mercer for any period of time over the last 2 years, you know that Roderick has a photo of everything that has happened.
Yes.
Yes.
He is the hardest working guy
I
at
believe
Mercer.
that.
So if you need any
try to get it
blackmail,
He-
contact Roderick.
He shows up
Probably.
for
Probably got a couple
everything.
of those.
If it's Tuesday afternoon or Saturday morning, Roderick is there to capture it. And
Oh, my goodness.
but yeah, you're blowing us up, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No
That's
problem.
right.
No
We had
problem.
any call-ins?
Well, Tyler tried to call in and
Oh, y'all hit reject.
Nah, so on the weekends, the calls automatically roll over. I had no idea.
yeah,
So
I
you
forgot
know,
about that.
we're asking people to call. Who knew?
Yeah, and we're not operations, so we're not expecting to be on the rollover list. We
Right.
think that you can just call us anytime.
Yep.
That's true.
Not true.
That is
So
true.
that's okay. We've got IT working on a better solution for us anyway.
Sweet.
We'll be able to stack some calls, put people on hold so that we can get multiple callers because
Do this
clearly people are dying
Right.
to call into our show. I mean,
Love to hear
we've
from
got
you.
ones of people watching right now.
Who we got watching?
Two people.
Who we got?
I don't know.
Let me see.
I don't know
Hey,
if I can.
See.
Yeah,
Well,
Live from Matt.
I can't tell.
while Brian's
Yeah.
checking on that, Chaz, before you got here, we were actually having a discussion about people how they started off and then how their journey is now. And I know that you also have been promoted just recently, so I
Yes.
wanted you to tell us a little bit about how you started and then how you got to where you are now.
Well, let's see. Shoo. I'm getting old. This memory's not fun. I think I started around 2008 in license and permits.
Okay.
Gina and Brenda was in there. I did that for about a year and a half. Moved me to the company store. Ran that for a couple years.
Really? You were in a company store?
I didn't know that.
I had no
Before
idea.
Libby actually took my spot in the company store.
Cool.
At that time, I was Lynn's secretary, appointed secretary to my other duties. So I learned how to read Dr. Scratch and Chicken Scratch. That's how I always was able to read.
Do you know if
Lynn's-
Lynn wrote you a
Lynn's
note
wrote.
on a Post-it, you could take it to Walgreens and get 30 Vicodin for it?
I did not know that. I did not know that.
That's what it looked like. If Lynn wrote you a note on a Post-it, it looked like a script from a doctor. It was just...
It was hard. I used to always update the safety policy, and he'd write up a whole list, and I'm like, what is this? So finally, I kind of learned how to read it. After that,
I
there
used
was
to call them
Autographies.
Glyphics.
Oh,
It's hard to say.
Then there was this guy, you know, he kept trying to get me to come over to recruiting. At the middle, I was in a project with the warehouse on kind of the project we have now where the boxes are labeled department-wise, you know, when we can move them.
Yeah.
His name is Mr. Helton.
Ah.
So he stayed on me for about a year and a half, and finally I said, you know what, I'm ready.
I stole her.
Let's do it.
Guilty as charged.
That's cool.
And man, it's been history ever since.
I know
love
stars when I see them, ma'am.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
She's a star.
She is a star.
We knew it.
But I
Yeah.
love it. I
We
love
knew
talking
it.
to guys, you know, just, you know, trying to help them better themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when a guy comes in and says, man, I'm doing great. I love it here. And
Yeah.
like that gives me joy that I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And thanks for stopping by to get lunch, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anthony came back, but he's done with the show.
Right,
He's,
right.
5-hour-old chicken
he's,
biscuit.
Yeah.
he's just eating.
Hey, typical recruiting life, man. You eat when you can.
That's
Hey,
right.
So,
That's right.
But real talk, kudos to you because I knew, like, every guy that came into Mercer, you treated them like they were family.
They
Yeah.
are family.
And
Yeah.
I had no idea if you could recruit a truck or not, but I knew you loved drivers.
Oh, yeah. I
and that's
still do.
And man, that's people bring new people into my office like, hey, this is so and so. They're starting today, and the first question I ask them every time is, do you love drivers? And they usually get awkward on me.
Yeah.
Because nobody's asked them that.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, I
Yeah.
just started at a company. And I'm like, do you love drivers?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And they're like, yeah.
You know, I know.
That's the right answer.
I know where the food on my table comes
But
from.
man, I'll tell you what,
Absolutely.
if you don't love drivers, you won't make it at Mercer.
No. Not
at all.
You-
Nope.
And I'm not
Nope.
I'm not saying that there haven't been people through the years that just show up and you know they just want the job and that's okay.
But I try to get them trained up, you know, to
But
realize
yeah.
that, you
Yeah.
know, that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a job. We would not
Exactly.
be able to put food on our table.
Exactly.
So, you know, I have a younger crew in recruiting. You know, we're trying to train up a little bit more and make these guys realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're a younger
We are here
crew,
because
but,
they're here.
But
Yes.
I think they get it.
They will get it.
And
Y'all know me.
We'll make sure they get
They
it.
will get it.
they'll get it or they'll get
I
gone.
love it. I love it.
Get her done.
All right.
That's great.
But it's a great turnout today.
Yeah.
Really, there is.
Yes.
So how's recruiting going?
Recruiting is going good.
Is it? We
it
getting a
is.
lot of interest?
We are getting a lot of interest. We've gotten quite a few applications filled out here at the show.
Nice.
So yeah, we're rocking. Yesterday, between probably about noon and 4, I looked around.
It was
I was
packed,
doing an
wasn't it?
application.
Yeah.
Ron had an application going. Dell had one going.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Man, it was rocking.
Love
you know,
it.
I
Right.
think what happened was, of course, COVID came,
Yep.
Yeah.
and free money came, and everybody wanted to run their own authority. Everybody wanted to do the spot
Yeah.
market because the rates were super high and everything, and then everything tanked.
Yeah.
Right.
And when that happens, you usually see a lot of people move.
Oh yeah.
And I think we did see that, but then I think over the last year or so, everybody's just kind of settled into like, well, okay, I just realized everything's crappy. And
Yeah.
Let's see how things go.
Yeah,
and-
just hold
and-
on. Yeah.
And it's not great where I'm at right now, but at least I know what I have.
Yeah.
Right. I was just
And-
actually over there talking to a guy that's been running his own authority, and I said, man, I've been doing this for about 20 years. 5-6 years ago, running your own authority, you was probably doing great. Right
yeah.
now, with the spot market rate and waiting on your pay, it's rough.
Yeah.
That is experience talking because
It
that's
is rough.
exactly
Yeah.
what's happening. And I think that now we're seeing a little bit of movement in capacity and rates.
Yes. Yeah. It's a little uptick, so, you know.
So yeah, I think now guys are starting to loosen up a little bit and go, well, maybe it is good time. Spring's coming.
It is.
If you're a flatbedder, you're coming out of the slowest time of the year.
Yep.
yeah.
And steel. There's some
Still
steel
starting to pick
mills
up.
cranking back up
Yeah.
now. I just got word that we were moving a bunch of stuff from metal sales
Yeah.
that we weren't expecting.
Yeah. I know we've
so
moved
we've
a
got
lot of Girl Scout cookies.
Is that real? Are you serious?
Girl Scout cookies.
All right.
Yeah, we've been Steele's picked up. We picked up Gerdau in Jackson, Tennessee is a good location that we haul out of. Look at it, he's got the ski. He's
got
jumping
skis.
off the wall later on.
He's jumping off the wall already.
Look at it.
He's having so much
Look,
fun.
He is.
He took a.
It's good timing.
But anyway,
Good
back
timing.
to business. Yeah, freight's starting to pick up. We're starting to see a lot of our customers, sending over more lanes. So yeah, spring definitely is coming, which is a blessing.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Warmer
because
weather.
it seems like it's been winter for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
long.
the longest winter ever.
Yes.
I can tell you
Yes.
too. We've seen an
January
uptick
was
in,
the longest 2 years of my life
it
this year.
was.
It was.
We've seen an uptick in reinstatements coming back too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
really love that.
Grass is never greener on the other side, and I think once guys come over to Mercer, and do try something a little bit different
Yeah.
out, they miss being home.
Yeah.
They miss being where they treat it like family.
I'm not so arrogant to think that we're better than everybody
Right,
else. Like
of course.
everybody's got a niche.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
and I think
Absolutely.
there are guys that go out there and they truly find this is just a better niche. But man, if you're just out there just fishing,
Yeah.
there's no better place to truck if you're an owner operator than Mercer.
Yeah, I agree.
There may be places that suit you just as well,
Yeah.
but there's no place better.
No place like home.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. No place like home. I love that.
Well, so one of the things I was talking about last night was just how, in this day and age where technology is such at the forefront of everything that we do, customer service is almost like a lost art, a lost skill
Yes.
these days.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Mercer really kind of, they want to emphasize, they want to prioritize that relationship between you and a customer or a driver or even just staff. So the customer service at Mercer is definitely top notch.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that kind of separate us and make us far different
Yeah.
than a lot of the other places that
No,
are out there.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Yep.
don't make widgets.
That's right. That's
Darling.
We've
That's
We've got nothing to sell except service.
That's it.
Service
And,
and smiles.
That's it.
and-
Yeah.
And whether it's our staff, our agents,
Yeah.
or our owner operators, man, we're all working to just deliver good service to somebody.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Good stuff.
So Brian, I know you've been here to a couple of these, and when you were coming, when you initially started, I know that you were kind of running recruiting. So I did want to ask you. So as time has gone on, and you see where we are now, what's it feel like to see so many of your disciples come up through the ranks throughout the years? Because you've got a lot of
That's a great
a lot of
question.
a lot of mentees, man. Like
Yeah.
we were discussing this a couple of nights ago, and you took a lot of people under your wing and really kind of brought them up and made them feel great, made them feel confident. And I mean, there's several people who would probably stand on that.
Oh,
So
yes.
How does it make you feel to see things like that flourish and happen?
Oh man, it's the best thing that I do, and marketing is a fun job.
Yeah.
I like doing marketing, and I love what I do, but it doesn't have anything to do with placing ads or making videos. It's people.
Yep.
And I've been gifted opportunity.
Right.
I feel like I've been blessed with opportunity. Del Corum, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Man, I'd be a fool to not want to do that for other people. I feel like we're here to bring people up in the world. I feel like we have sharp people. And man, how do you learn anything without somebody there to say, hey, I already screwed this up.
That's right.
Let me give you some advice.
Yeah.
And then after I give you advice, go do whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
and we'll learn together.
He gives great advice too.
Yeah, he does.
He's probably the top mentor of mine at Mercer.
Mine too.
And I think the thing that I just try to do is, even if I think you're right, let me offer you a different perspective.
Yeah.
And let's just consider the other perspective, and then let's just try to do what's right for people. Mm-hmm. And really, I mean, the only thing I've done is help good people be what they are. I haven't taught anybody anything. I take skilled people and I help them do what they were born to do. I just give them opportunities.
I love that.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to love people up and just try to help.
Yeah.
So for me, I always worry I'm going to sound condescending or like,
I don't think it's condescending.
Not at all. That's what this whole segment is
for
about.
me, it's just like seeing your kid graduate high school.
Right.
Or just to see people that you love and care about grow and thrive and get better is the most rewarding thing you can ever experience. And I'll take that over my marketing job any day.
Yeah.
Right.
Is just to hang out with people and help them grow.
Right.
And I've been given those same things. I didn't walk into Mercer knowing what I know today. I just had to make a lot of mistakes.
Right.
One of my favorite phrases I've heard over the years at Mercer often came on the tail end of me beating myself to death over something I've screwed up.
Right.
And Del Corum coming to me and going, anybody else might have screwed that up twice as bad as you, Elton. You screwed it up, but it could have been worse.
Right.
And but he gives me opportunities to fail. Tyler's the same way.
Yeah.
Working with Tyler now,
That's how you learn.
He gives me the same opportunities, and he'll do the same thing. Hey, here's what I think. Now you go do what you think you need to do.
Right.
And then he'll tell me I told you so after I screwed up.
Yep.
I've heard that before from Ryan. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll go to him and say, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And he'll tell me, and you're right.
Yeah.
Let me go do this.
Yeah. But man, I think the most important thing is just you got to get out of your own perspective.
Yeah.
That's it, because you get locked in and you have preconceived notions about the way things ought to be. I'm finding out that you don't really get to choose the way things are.
Right.
The universe is going to put you right where you're supposed to be. It might not be where you thought you were supposed to be, but it's where you are, and that is not a mistake.
Right.
So you just gotta keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Thank you,
Man.
I wish I had an air horn right now.
Brian somehow always has the perfect thing to say. His words feel like hugs most of the time when he's talking to you. A lot of the stuff that he says really comes from the heart. And it really makes me feel good when I go out and whether I'm going to an industry event or whether I'm just trying to kind of just talking to people who know him casually and to have them all say positive things, and it's universal. Like they all kind of say the same things, so they're not just making stuff up.
Right.
So it feels good to have people talk about your mentor like that. Like it makes you feel good to know that you are listening to the right person. You've got the right person backing you and in your corner.
Yes. Yeah.
And all that lends itself to confidence, man. So, Brian, you have been you've been a light in probably a lot of people's lives. And they don't really, everybody may not get the opportunity to tell you. So we're going to take this time right now on the podcast to give you your flowers and tell everybody how great you are, what you do, and how long you've been here, and how many people you've brought up and promoted and made better.
I'm stupid embarrassed right now.
So many of us are better after having met you, dude.
Thank you.
When
Thank you, guys.
when I move on, whether it be to another, when I move up in my job, I hope that people say the things about me that they say about you.
Yes.
I hope they do too.
All the good stuff.
Except for that other stuff. I hope they say all the good things. That sales guy that stopped by the booth the other day, I hope they don't say the things that guy's saying about me today.
He probably ain't feeling what I'm feeling right now.
No, it's not the same.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to get Eddie and Jessica over here earlier, but I think they got busy, man.
I've been watching them, and every time I look up, they're just surrounded by people wanting to talk about their truck.
Talk about that pretty truck.
What is
Man,
the
she's
truck is gorgeous.
beauty.
Really, it is.
She is a beauty.
Hey,
It needs to go to you, and
This-
you want me to bring it to you immediately.
Immediately.
yeah.
It must be the bill.
Yeah. It's the bill.
Yeah.
It's the bill.
He said it must be the bill. Is it really?
Nah. Oh no! What's
That
in
was
there?
stark. Starks did that.
Did he?
You did that.
Oh, nice. I
know.
bet I know what's in there.
We're just
We're one
just
big
talking.
happy family, man.
We're just talking about how well I get along with salespeople, and Anthony sent her over to say, I'm supposed to bring this to you immediately.
Yeah.
This guy needs to talk to you.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know
So-
what? It might be payback from this morning because we did have someone, a salesperson.
Oh no! He hasn't been paid back for what he did to me.
Oh,
We
No, no,
a lot of payback.
when I get off.
wait, here, recent today?
Yeah. No, well, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Well, guys, I'm going to go over here, check on my recruiters, see if they need something to drinks. Yep.
That's it.
See what we got going on.
We
Send
might
somebody
have
over.
some thirsty contractors in the booth. Make sure they get some water.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
Some water.
Awesome.
H2O.
Send somebody
All right, I
over.
love you guys. Keep on trucking. Thank you guys for what
wait,
you do.
before you go, what?
What?
H2O is not how you spell water.
That's
Are
'cause
you
I say
silly?
water. Brian always says.
That spells H2O.
Water.
Every time I say water in the office, Brian's like, huh?
That's how I say water.
If I say water, I feel
If you say water, you sound like you're from England.
I think my joke was
Water.
missed.
water.
Yeah.
Hey, I was born and raised here. Y'all know
Water.
I'm country. They make fun of me in the office all the time because I'm always darling. It's
Darling.
just, it's a
Yep.
Southern thing, man. I just
Did
don't.
you know every driver that calls Mercer's name is Darling?
They are darling. I mean,
Right.
I can't help it. All right, let me go see
Thank
if I
you,
can find
Chaz.
somebody else for you guys.
We love you, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Well, that was great having her on. She was a pleasure.
Yeah.
She's
As
fun.
always.
She's really good at what she does, too.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
She's awesome.
Very, very good at what she does.
Awesome. Yeah.
They're celebrating something over there. Anthony's handing out high fives. It's probably like, hey,
they're
what's
probably
what I'm doing to Hilton?
They're
I
probably
left him on the
making.
show.
They're probably making fun of us. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Probably.
That's exactly what's happening.
To be fair, it's easy to make fun of us.
That's true.
We're kind of dorky.
That's true.
So, oh man, I just had a harsh realization.
What is that?
Are you going to be able to bowl? Or are you going to be traveling too much?
Oh, no.
I may not be able to, you guys.
You're not going to, there's no way you're going to be able to bowl.
No. But I did tell Kathy Jo that I was going to come the weekends, the weeks that I am in town. I will be there Wednesday night.
Just come out and hang
Just
out.
to hang out, whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh, we got a celeb in the house.
We
We
do.
got a celeb in the house.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Now we're going to have like
professional.
300 people that care about our podcast.
I know.
Like
Watch our numbers
immediately.
jump up.
Yeah.
Look, we
Numbers will skyrocket
we
down.
already have one more view. Oh. It says Anthony Starks is watching in the comments.
There we go. Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, glad you could.
He just looked over here.
Glad you could join the show, man,
So,
and watch. Hey, Dan.
are we live?
We are
What's-
live.
what's
We're
going on?
live in the Mercertown Lounge and nowhere else.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can
Yeah, we're not gonna have you out
kinda,
there.
you can kind of get away with a little more than like actual broadcast.
I got to get a shout out to Anthony because sounds good.
Nice does.
So when on previous episodes, I mentioned that Dan said, "Hey, Brian, your all sound is terrible.
Yes.
I really want to get behind this, but straighten up your act."
Yep.
Which prompted us to do some research. He gave us some good tips, and I think we're getting it dialed in.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Definitely.
not experts yet, but you know a little bit about making good content, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I try. I've been doing it about 8 years now. So
Yeah.
Wow, 8 years.
It's trial and error. I have found that most people like clean content.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I have 3 things I don't discuss. I don't discuss politics. I
Smart.
don't discuss religion.
Smart.
And I don't discuss money.
Smart.
So
Yeah.
And
Very
you
smart.
know what? Those are 3 things that make people be ugly to each other.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I support that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So how long
So
have you
what do you
actually
think about the election, Dan?
Dan's like, no comment.
Just kidding. So I think first thing that we should do, to be fair, is you've got some folks that support you and are really nice to you. And if you want to plug them, I'd love for you to.
Oh yeah. Well, for those that do watch me, do know that Dorsey Trailer sponsors me.
Oh, okay.
And that's been
awesome.
About 4 years now.
Yeah.
So it was a very organic thing how that happened with Dorsey Trailer. I needed a new flatbed. I went through the Mercer program, and I call it my training trailer. When I first signed on 14 years ago.
Awesome.
Wow.
And I had my old Fontaine training trailer, and I finally wore it out. And
That's right.
And it was time to go buy another trailer.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for another used trailer because I ain't got a lot of money either.
Right.
So I called a dealer up in Illinois, and I was like, hey, I need do you still have this trailer available? I saw it on truck paper. And he said, oh, man, we just sold that yesterday. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Bait and switch.
Yeah. He said, but we got this brand new.
You don't say.
We got this brand new Dorsey trailer that's got everything you want. Because I give him a list of what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And he said, we got this brand new Dorsey trailer. And he's like, I can let it go for this price. And I was like, really? That's not bad. So I ended up buying the trailer. Well, I came back to Louisville with my new trailer. I made a video, said, hey, check out my new trailer. And it was just a YouTube video. Hey, this is my new Dorsey trailer, this and that. Long story short, a guy that works in the welding shop at the aluminum side of Dorsey Trailer watches Super Trucker Dan on YouTube.
Nice.
And he told his supervisor, hey, you got to check this out. This guy made a video about our trailer.
Right.
And then the supervisor went to the higher ups. Anyway, it ended up at the president of Dorsey Trailer. Oh. They ended up calling me. They ended up calling the dealer first because they're like, who is this guy? And so they called the dealer because I had said where I bought the trailer. Right. They called the dealer. Dealer gives them a phone number. And president of Dorsey Trailers, ended up giving me a call, invited me down to the factory, went down and everything. And then decided, hey, we'd like to do a sponsorship thing. We've never really done that. I said, I have never done anything like that before. And it was just more Dorsey for brand recognition. Dorsey was just starting to get into the aluminum trailer business. They've been making steel combos and steel trailers for a long time, and they make a really, I'm not trying to be a salesman, but they make a really, a really tough product. Yeah. And I have been trying for a while to get Dorsey over at Mercer over here. So, guys can get they make a great, combo trailer too. So anyway, that's how it all kind of very organic at Dorsey. Nice. And here lately, the last about 3 or 4 months, Dorsey's like, hey, we want to give you, and I use the word give, but we want to let you use a 53-foot low-profile aluminum step deck. Ooh. So they had let me use the aluminum step deck here just kind of as promotion and stuff like that. Yeah. And I got to give a shout out to Chastity because she helped. There was a lot of paperwork involved trying to get this done. Yeah. Oh, okay. And trying to, make it to where it worked because it wasn't. So anyway.
More Chastity stories.
I have to give a shout out to Chastity because
she's really good at putting the paperwork together.
Yeah. She really helped out a lot to get it done. So.
And shout out to Chastity. We've been talking her up all week. But there's another one of those things. That is not her job.
Yes. No.
I mean that. Right. I mean that in the best way possible, Dan. But that she absolutely will do anything she can to help you guys out.
I think of it as kind of like Google. Google doesn't know how to fix stuff, but Google knows how to find the people that know how to fix stuff. Yep. And, if you have a question, you
Chastity is Mercer Google.
Yes, exactly. She will definitely, you need to go talk to this person here.
Which is most times, she'll just go talk to them for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like if she has the time, she won't even send you to somebody. She'll just wait here.
Yeah.
I'll go get this taken care of.
So, but
she's so awesome.
Back to Dorsey Trailer, not to sell everything, but if any Mercer guys are looking to upgrade or whatever, Dorsey, reach out to me. Or Dorsey, I'll help you find a dealer that will work with you.
Wow.
So,
nice. All right,
guys. I don't know if I can say this or not, but
you can say anything you want to say. We love you, Dan.
Some of you guys that went through Mercer and got a Mercer trailer don't have very many payments left. You can trade that trailer in when Dorsey's got some dealers that would be more than happy to work with you and upgrade you to
get them upgraded
to a nice aluminum trailer, combo trailer.
Heck yeah, you can say that, man.
Yeah.
One of the things that we encourage is new equipment on the road. Right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're able to do it, and everything doesn't have to be brand new, and I think there's a lot of good business people that would argue maybe a year on a trailer is maybe a good thing. But it pays to have good equipment on the road, to not be broke down out on the road, to have reliable equipment, so we can offer good service. And you can't offer good service if you've got an axle broken or you got a trailer that's out of service or whatever.
Exactly.
So, well, I know. I've been in Mercer now 14 years. When I first signed on, I didn't have any flatbed experience. None. Wow. I've been driving for 18 years, but I've been driving for 33 years now.
Goodness.
I was a bed bugger. I think you guys get a lot of bed buggers over here.
I'm sorry, not to interrupt, but I have no idea what that
Me
is.
neither.
Can you explain what that is?
Bed bugging?
Yeah.
Household good mover.
Okay.
mover.
Moving company.
Got
okay.
it. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew.
Did you know? I don't know.
I promise. I promise. But I got tickled as soon as Roger went, wait. I was sharing with them a story the other day about Chris Swanks was traveling with Dennis Bond, one of our old field recruiters that used to be a driver. And he hit a retread somewhere down in Florida, and it woke Chris up. They were traveling pretty late, and Chris had already dozed off and woke up, and he's like, what was that? He's like, cuz we hit one of them gators in the road. and Chris to this day still thinks that Dennis drove over a reptile.
Hey,
and you got to be up on your slang, man.
That's right.
I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah?
Yeah, back in I started driving in 92, 93, and I was right out of the military. And I was a company driver, and they gave me a nice little baby Kenworth to drive. Same thing, driving through Illinois. I got the CB on. I think I'm a super trucker. I'm just going down. And somebody on the radio goes, "Oh, watch out for the gator." And I was like, "Oh, dude, is there an alligator on the road in Indiana?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get to see an alligator." Never crossed my mind. That was the time.
Right.
And I think today some of that's getting lost without the CBs being so prevalent.
Yeah.
Everybody's texting, or you can voice to text, so you can have old conversations now. Just talking to your phone. But so a lot of the CB slang is going by the wayside.
But I am guilty of that too. But back to bed bugging. So I did bed bugging for 18 years.
Okay.
And mainly what I did was military. I moved to military.
Okay.
So if a soldier was moving from one base to another,
nice.
I drove to your house, loaded all your junk in the house, and took it to the next place. So I did that. But that experience of bed bugging, it's like Tetris, loading trailers with furniture. Trying to get everything to line up in the hole and everything. And that little bit of knowledge of doing that kind of really helped. Attention to detail, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Attention to detail helped with the flatbed side. And I went to Mercer's little school there, and I had a friend of mine that kind of took me under his wing, or a Mercer driver took me under his wing for a while, and hey man, if you got a problem, just take a picture of it, send it to me.
Man, I
I'll
love
show you how to
that.
do. And I try to do the same for other drivers too. You know,
Yeah.
so some guys reach out to me, and I'm like,
I've heard some stories just like that over the years.
Yeah.
Where I mean, really,
Yeah.
where Mercer guys help Mercer guys.
Yeah.
And you know, so and he was like, man, I've never loaded this or this and that, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, do it like this, and so I try to, you know, pay it forward or however you want to say, help out, you know,
Yeah.
same
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
But,
that's the way it ought to be. And
Yeah.
you know, so my dad, he was a driver, and he did some kind of local stuff back in the day. He's from Harlan County, so he also spent a lot of time in a coal truck. And which, if you haven't ever seen a guy drive a coal truck on a mountain road in Harlan County, you have not seen somebody drive. That is scary stuff. But, you know, so he used to always point out to me when I was young, we'd go by and see a truck. Well, you never saw one truck on the side of the road. And he'd go, that's why trucking's good, man. You never see one on the side of the road.
Yeah.
There's one, there's somebody pulled over to help him too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it used to be that way, and you see that less and less now. People trust
Yeah.
each other less and less now.
Just
Mentoring in trucking is very important.
Just had an incident a couple weeks ago coming out of Texas. There, me and another Mercer truck were loading down there, and he left before I did, and we were going down 2-lane road, so I was probably maybe 30, 45 minutes behind him. We got to a little town on 2-lane road in Texas, and there he is, pulled off on the side, and he's out there with his tools and that. And I'm like, uh-oh. So, you know, of course, I pull over, see what's going on, and, you know, he had an incident with the strap fell off and got kind of tangled up in that. But he got it took care of and everything, and gave him some pointers on, you know, hey, try it like this kind of thing, and got him took care of and got back on the road. And about the next day, I saw him up to Love's up in Oklahoma City, up in Oklahoma, and he had everything squared away.
Nice.
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and I've had other Mercer guys come up, you know, help me out in situations.
That's
so
awesome.
I think it's great.
One of the things that breaks my heart, you know, we've got the Facebook group, and it can be good or bad.
Right.
In the Facebook group. But one of the things that always just bothers me is when we'll have a driver that'll post a photo of somebody that they think is doing something wrong.
The securement police?
Or, yeah.
Right.
or whatever. And it's like, man, go help that guy.
Yeah.
If you think he's doing
Yeah.
something wrong, go help him. Because we need that guy to succeed. All
Right.
of us do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I you know, whenever I'm somewhere helping load or there's other Mercer trucks loading, you know, I always go up, hey, you got everything under control, you know, that kind of thing, check them out and doing all right. You do have a couple of guys that they just don't want no help.
I mean, that's true.
And that's
That
fair.
is true.
Yeah, so
And they already know.
now,
And
if I see something that, like, dude, you're going to kill yourself or something serious is going to happen, you know, then I'll make a stand.
Yeah.
Of,
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, you
of what-
have to.
Of
Yeah.
what.
we have to keep the road safe. we
Yeah,
have to
right.
keep that driver safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm a big believer in the Little Green Book, man. The Little Green Book, I get a lot of comments on my YouTube about, oh, you didn't secure this right. You didn't do this right. You didn't do this right. And I'm like, you got to prove to me that I didn't do it right.
Roderick, Little Green Book,
Little Green Book.
mean anything to you? Still no. We gotta we gotta make Roderick a trucker. So,
Like the movie?
no, same thing. It's the Regs book.
Okay. I was gonna say I love Mahershala Ali. He was great in that movie.
But I'll get comments on my videos that say,
I'm back to letting Roderick go next week again.
but I'll get the securement police and they'll be like, oh, you didn't do this right. You didn't do it. I said, you telling me I did it wrong doesn't mean anything to me.
All right.
You got to prove to me that I did this wrong. And so usually you got to do it like this, this, and this, and this. So I usually just copy and paste the Little Green Book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here, this is what the Little Green Book says. And, very rarely do I do anything wrong. But, I'm a big believer of the Little Green Book. And
Man, it'll keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's why we give them to everybody.
Yeah.
And you gotta dig through it sometimes.
Well, and I was about to
It's
say,
like-
and to be fair, some of that stuff, I've read it twice and still don't know what they mean.
Yeah,
Right.
And some of these are open to interpretation from the guy that's enforcing it on the side of the road, so they can get tricky. But yeah, I think if you just try to do it the right way, try to do it by the book,
By the book.
it'll be all right.
So
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right, how's Bailey?
Bailey's doing good. I had her out here on Thursday. You guys saw her on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the show was just, last year I had my truck here, and I had her up in the truck. So when people would come by, she'd pop in.
Yeah.
And she was really comfortable in the truck. That's her home.
Yeah.
Right.
And this year I thought I would try her in a little wagon, bring her out, and it was just a little bit too much for her.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Bailey is I have a little corgi.
Yes.
Little corgi puppy.
So cute.
She's so cute.
And,
so cute.
and I'm going to argue that Bailey has more fans than you do.
Yeah, maybe.
Just might.
Everybody loves Bailey.
So for you fans of Bailey that don't know Dan, this is Dan,
Right?
He drives
Bailey's
the truck.
chauffeur.
but
She's a hit, man.
yeah, everybody loves
God,
Bailey.
she's great. But
Not to plug myself. If you go to YouTube and look in
Do
the YouTube store, I actually have a Peterbilt kind of sticker, decal, whatever you want to call it, and it's got a little corgi sticking out the window, waving.
poking up through the windshield.
Yeah.
Cute.
You want to know a secret?
Oh.
I have one of your stickers.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. I might have to grab me one too.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
But Bailey's the little star, so that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those stickers are cool. Oh man, I just had something. Oh, I was going to mention last year when you did have the truck here. I thought it was funny because people would come up into the booth, and you're kind of a big deal. You've got a pretty good following.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's some more people to see Dan. And then Bailey was up in the window, and they'd be doing like selfies.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Bailey while Dan's standing over to the side.
Bailey is all over social media from last year's match show. That's for sure.
She was the star of the show. It was awesome. We loved it. So, hey, how you guys doing?
So Dan, I wanted to ask you, man. You were out trucking and everything. What made you want to start doing YouTube?
I got bored.
It's just that simple.
I got bored. I was watching some other YouTube channels. I've always kind of had an artistic side of myself. I enjoy music. So, and when I started, there was a couple things. I didn't want to be a how-to guy. Okay. I didn't want to be this is how to be owner-operator. This is how to do this. That's what my title is, Day in My Life of. It's just, this is what I'm doing today. The other thing, it sounds corny, I really was trying to set a positive image for the trucking industry.
I got you.
There was a situation, I was in a truck stop, mother had her young daughter, son, and, truck driver walked by, and she's all grabbing him and holding him close. And I'm like, we're not scary,
Yeah.
We're not scary. And so when I started YouTube, I didn't really make it for other truck drivers. It was for just the general public to stumble across it and go, hey, here's a clean-cut, good-looking guy, hopefully good-looking guy, but a clean-cut.
Hell yeah, you are.
A clean-cut guy that, and just start showing. Katie used to be my coordinator. She's no longer with Mercer, but she was my coordinator, and she made the recommendation. She said, why don't you start showing your loads? Because I didn't show my loads.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to show, hey, this is how to load stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And Katie was like, why don't you start showing your loads? She says, I send you guys out to go pick up these loads, but I have no idea what it is. I don't know what skidded coils look like. I don't know what this looks like.
Right.
And I was like, all right. So I started, hey, this is my load for today. That kind of thing, whatever it is. And so that kind of, I'll just show what different things we're loading and stuff like that.
That's cool.
People get a big kick out of stuff like that.
And that's really what I like about it
too.
is you don't. I want to make sure I'm being fair to other guys out there and not bad. There's plenty of content out there of people telling you what you ought to do, what you should do, what you could have done. There's plenty of content out there about why this company stinks or this company is bad.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't do any of that. You just do, this is what it's like to be me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. That
And you just do yourself. You're not trying to sell anybody on anything. We do not pay Dan.
Yes.
I
have been approached about that. Well, Dan gets all the good loads because he's doing this and this.
I'm sure.
Well, I tell them that we do that.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You're the reason.
Yeah. I'm like, that's what he goes out and does a good job and we spoon feed him. No, man, you're just good at what you do. And you work hard for us. You say yes a lot to good freight.
Yes.
And you say no to bad freight, and that's trucking.
You know, to the newer guys that sign on to Mercer, you know, it might look like the older guys get preference or whatever, you know, how they get all these good loads. And it's not that, you know, we get preference. I kind of say you just learn the system.
Yeah.
Right? You learn how the system operates.
Yeah.
You know where to be.
You learn where to put yourself.
You know what it takes. Hey, this isn't a good area. I got to get out of here. You know, and just bounce out of there and go get something you know you can load tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of some of the advice for some of the new guys. One of the things I always tell any of the new guys that watch me or sign on or anything, you know, I said, man, you have got to give it 90 days. Yeah. 90 days of just hitting it hard.
Right.
Of just anything, everywhere, doing whatever. And then you learn the system. And then learn how, and then that you built a rapport with your coordinator. Mm-hmm. Your coordinator knows how you operate, how you are, and stuff like that. And I'm a big guy of leaning on your coordinator.
Yeah.
I believe all the coordinators are trained the same, and it's received the same training. Speaking of that, the coordinators watch my YouTube videos, so most of them know who I am.
Right.
But you know, I just went through a transition with a new coordinator here about 5-6 months now.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit to build up the rapport of you know, new coordinator. And I'll tell you right now, it's great. She's working out really good.
And
so,
one of the cool things about that relationship is at Mercer, we get this new coordinator in and you kind of help train them. I mean, really.
Well,
like we teach them how the system works and how the computer works, and then they learn trucking from you guys.
Well,
yeah,
and,
they do.
And that was the point I was going to make is that, and I never really realized it, that, you know, like my coordinator I have now, you know, a lot of these coordinators didn't come from a trucking industry, trucking
Most
background,
of them
or anything like that. A lot of them don't even know what it looks like to look out the window of a truck.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that, you know, let them watch my videos or any videos and just kind of show what it's like being around the truck and you know, stuff like that. And, you know, and it kind of gives a different perspective. And just back to what I said, that, you know, hey, go pick up skidded coils. Well, you know, the coordinator doesn't, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just reading off the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know what skidded coils are.
I was just about 2 months into my recruiting career at Mercer. I started in recruiting, just recruiting owner-operators. But I had a call very early on in my career, and I asked a guy, so what have you been doing the last couple of years? And he tells me he was hauling reefer. And I'm like, why would this guy say this to me? Surely he understands that this is not going to work out. If he's like, I put him on hold, and you know, I had a guy that was an owner operator with us, an agent with us, and was kind of in the twilight years of his Mercer career and was finishing up in recruiting in the office. And I get off, and Glenn Correa was his name. He's one of my mentors, taught me more about trucking than anybody ever will be able to from here on out. But I get off and I'm like, Glenn, Glenn, why would he say this? And I got this guy on hold. And Glenn just starts laughing at me. He's like, it's refrigerated.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there's my gator moment.
Well, it goes back to bed bugging.
Bed
Yeah.
bugging and gators.
Yeah.
So the reefer was that for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the owner-operator on the other end of the line knew. But when I got back on, he goes, you're pretty new, aren't you? And, I got kind of sheepish, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, when I said I'd been hauling reefer, I could hear your voice change, and you put me on hold real fast. And I thought, that kid has no idea what a reefer is. and he was right.
Yeah. Right.
So, we had a laugh, and he thought I was an idiot, and I'm not sure I ever released that truck on. But I learned something that day.
When I signed on with Mercer, I had met a Mercer driver. So I signed on in 2011.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I just had this conversation with somebody I was talking to today, and I had met a Mercer driver at a truck stop, and it was probably 2008, 2009, it was several years before I had actually signed on. And I remember meeting this guy, and he was a really cool guy. We spent the weekend talking, and I remember it was the TA truck stop in Richmond, Georgia over there, and Richmond Hills, Georgia over there. And I was like, man, if bed bugging ever goes wrong, I'm going to go to Mercer. And that was always in the back of my head for a couple of years.
Nice.
And when bed bugging went wrong,
Right.
At the time, CRST was pushing for recruiting, and Tennessee Steel Haulers was pushing for recruiting. And I know, I don't even know if we're allowed to say this, Landstar. And I was like,
Brand X. We call them Brand X. And they're awesome, by the way. But they know they're awesome.
I didn't care for Landstar, I should say. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go to Mercer because I met that guy, and that driver was so cool that weekend I spent with him.
That's awesome.
And I called the recruiter up, and I'm like, hey, when's the next class? And he goes, well, Wednesday. I said, well, I'll be there. And he was like, well, hang on.
You're going to get me in trouble.
He was like, hang on. You got to fill out an application. Well, I had a spotless record. I wasn't worried about it. And then he says, no, we got to go through the application process first before you get there. But
was Gerald your recruiter?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah. But, that was my.
I remember that. He might have been a little nervous.
But and then kind of we're at the show here. If you could plant that seed out here that, hey, Mercer's a good place. If things don't work out where you're at, come on by, check us out. That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was talking to contract relations a couple years ago, and they're like, man, do you realize how many people come over to Mercer because they watch your YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah, I guess, but I'm not pushing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing it. And I said, I don't know why that is. He says, well, that's because they see a successful driver out there coming to Mercer.
They just see what you're doing. And, I've had a lot of drivers hit me up, and I've actually had some people be very mean to me about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they call me, this guy does so much for you guys, and you should be giving him money, and this and that. And I was like, we give him money every day almost. I mean, he earned it.
Right.
But the thing for me is you never go out of your way to say anything about Mercer.
Yes.
And I think for us to give you money to say something about Mercer would only cheapen the relationship that we have.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
And I don't, you do the best things that I could ever hope for Mercer just by being a successful driver that doesn't go on rants about stuff. You keep it clean. And, man, you make it look like an attractive career
Now,
for young people that are coming up. we don't have those 4th generation truck drivers anymore.
Yeah.
And you make it look like, oh yeah, I could do that.
Right.
I don't think I really could, but you make it look easy.
I have bad days, and I have days things go wrong.
Right.
I do edit a lot of stuff, but and I kind of have a rule to it. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. So
Yeah.
I don't get on YouTube. If I have a problem, I discuss it with the right people. And
Right.
Wait,
we could have took
Are
care.
you telling me that drivers get on social media and go on rants about their company?
You don't say. I've never seen it happen before.
Roderick, I want you to keep an eye on our Facebook page. I think there might be shenanigans.
Right.
That's good stuff. Well, man, I appreciate you coming by and
Well,
talking to
thanks
us.
for
I
having me.
appreciate you being here.
Thank you. It is. This is my 3rd time doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. All of you guys, all the guys that,
It is.
that put all this together.
It
I
is.
watch you guys, and it is a lot of
Man, the
work.
facilities crew was amazing this year.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
And you've
get
been around to watch how hard it is to
Yeah.
put together and do this. They were out of here at lunchtime on Monday
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
awesome.
Yeah, it tripped me out that day.
Somebody was asking me about, well, how long does it take to get it all down? Will it be tomorrow? I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, this
Minutes.
place shuts at 4.
Less than-
Yeah.
We're probably
Yeah.
we'll be waiting in line to get trucks out the door. That's what'll be holding us up. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Yeah, they're really good at what they do,
Yeah,
and most people don't realize they build all of this. And we couldn't do it if it wasn't our home turf. We'd never be able to pull this off somewhere else without.
Last year, I don't know if you remember. Last year, I got to haul a Mercer van last year.
Oh, you lazy door swinger.
I got to haul a Mercer van. The only one and only time I've ever hauled a van trailer.
Wow.
And
At
so
Mercer.
Did
Wow.
you get on Facebook and gripe about the nails in the floor? Because you're not. If you didn't, you didn't
my
do it
God.
Apparently
right.
that's a problem.
No, the little yard dog, Mercer's yard dog, had a problem, and they couldn't get the van. So I hauled the van from the show here
Nice.
back to the yard.
Cool.
So and I took a picture up, put it on social media. And of course, everybody's like, "Whoa, what happened?
no.
Are you switching the van?
Yeah, all your fans are like, no.
He's going to the dark side.
You're an open decker. Well, that's good. So you want to come back next year?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to just keep doing this?
I guess so. I have no
All
problems
right.
with
Awesome.
it. So it's fun. It's
We
fun.
hope you do.
So the audio is top notch.
Yeah.
So
Great to hear, man. That means we're doing
That's a
something
win.
I am impressed. That's
Thank
for
you.
sure. That is.
Well, hey, you really were kind of the catalyst in this.
Definitely.
Because I don't think we ever intended this to be anything more than just a way to try to help communicate with our drivers better.
Well,
And you gave us a lot of things to think about. And
you know,
and it's better. We're enjoying it more already, and we're having more fun with it already. And
the younger drivers, they're getting their information off of social media, off of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. And if you can reach that younger, because trust me, we're running out of old truck drivers,
Right.
And we got to teach the young guys, and that's where you reach them now. They're on social media, they're watching things, YouTube and whatnot.
that's
stuff
just
like
kind
that.
of a rule for life: is communicate with people the way they like to be communicated with.
Yeah.
And don't be stuck in one place. Like
And the podcast that you guys got going on, I think is an excellent resource for just everybody, not necessarily just Mercer drivers, but just to get the word out, on YouTube, and people click in and go, hey, what's Mercer all about? And the podcast isn't a commercial for Mercer for an hour. Hey, Mercer's the best thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I like.
there's no telling what you're going to get with us.
Tyler is a great resource
Yes.
for the insides of the trucking industry. I like listening to what he has to say. He is a good resource. And one thing that I kind of live by in the trucking industry, I worked for an old man. I was a company driver for about 10 years. I used to call him the old man. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. But this was back in the mid-'90s, late 90s, before internet and all that other stuff, was he would say, try to read one article a day that pertains to your job, meaning just to your industry. So if it concerns fuel prices, maintenance, if it talks about tires, it talks about this and that. It just one article a day that just concerns your industry. And try to learn something.
Yeah, you gotta
crawl.
You just gotta crawl.
And you are
You won't be the first one.
You can walk right in front of the camera. We don't care.
Just
We don't care. There's no rules here. Hydration is very important.
Get another one. Doubling up.
Two-fisted water drinking. Keep an eye on that guy. I don't trust him.
But and the podcast is a good source for that, to get that kind of information like that, to learn about our industry. And, don't be so narrow. It's good to know what affects our fuel prices, what in the world that makes our fuel prices. It's good to know what's going on in the news that kind of affects it. Tyler's a good resource for that.
He has
a really good insight for that, and
not just for our show. Like, he's done a couple of sessions here. He's becoming quite the industry circuit speaker. He's getting invited to go do speaking engagements at different things, and we're really proud of him because he makes us look good. But it's a good dynamic too, because I think I banter a lot, and Tyler will he'll go, oh, that's funny that you say that, but here's how this relates to the industry and then affects us in a direct way, and that's really cool.
And that helps, especially some of the new drivers or whatever, to understand why rates are low, what to look for, rates get higher, stuff like that.
All right.
Well, are we gonna? I know you got someplace to get.
Well, I've got Eric Harley from Red Eye Radio.
Yep.
Over there. I've got to do an interview in about 20 minutes on there.
Yeah, we're getting busy.
You guys have been here for like 3 or 4 hours. How long have you guys been doing this show?
2 hours.
I think
2
we're
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, we're 2 hours deep.
Because I was standing over there and I was like, are they just practicing, or what's going on over there? Because
You heard a lot of laughing, right? Is that what it is?
I thought, man, I'm almost dead this week. Maybe if we just podcast for hours, I can just sit. My feet are killing me.
Got to work smarter, not harder.
Turns out the joke's on me. Every time I try to get up, Roderick makes me sit back down and keep doing this.
Well, I think it's awesome. Yeah, I really do.
Well, thank you.
I think it is.
And thank you for the critiques.
Yes,
I know of no other that I see on YouTube. No other trucking company that does stuff like this, podcasts, anything like that. So I think you guys have got a niche that keep at it. So.
All right, thank you. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Positive reinforcement
means a lot.
I'm going to go see people that know how to really do this stuff.
That's their actual job.
Hey, you want to be on my show?
Look, they do. They want to be on your show.
I'll be on your show if you be on my show.
Oh, they're really coming over here.
Oh, yeah.
She's really coming.
She's crashing our party.
I know I have to get to work now, don't I? I've just been over here being silly. And now we're wrapping up right now. And
we are.
I'll come join you guys.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, everybody. So we appreciate everybody who kind of tuned in with us today. Be on the lookout for more episodes, whether it be on YouTube or if you're going to watch any of the live streams, they're going to be here on the Mercertown Lounge. We are Mercer Transportation Company on YouTube, so make sure you go over there, make sure you subscribe so you can stay updated with any time we post something new. And we appreciate everybody watching. You guys have enjoyed the rest of your day.
How do we end?
Gratitude. We end with gratitude, everybody. So,
all right.
everybody, We appreciate you, and yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We can't do this without you guys. Mercer drivers, you're the best.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See y'all.
All right, go Mercer.